first day on the job. We're so proud. Oh, how's it going?
I packed a little lunch.
Oh, you got a lunch? What'd you pack?
Peanut butter sandwich.
Did Kathy make it for you and hand it to you on your way out the door, of course?
Mom's packing my lunch, of course.
Wow, how's it going?
Good. It's going well.
Good.
I'm a little frustrated because I was trying to help this young man find some stuff about his grandfather's service in the Pacific Theater. And it says we have a book and I can't find it, but people have a tendency of putting stuff way out of order here and it's like super frustrating. So,
oh, that's terrible.
what are you up to today?
Well, nothing.
Besides
Just
bothering
wanted to
me.
come in and bother you and make a little video for the show, and then everybody can see you in your new natural habitat.
Yeah.
Let's give it a full shot there, and then everybody can see.
You just missed Larry. He ran over to the antique mall to resupply some stuff that was running out over there. So,
Oh, very nice.
yeah.
All right, well, I'll stop bothering you with the video. I'm going to look for books now.
Yeah, look for your
For the
books.
historian, mention Addressing Gettysburg, 20% off.
20% off, that's right.
Unmute me!
Listen to me, you whining little whelp.
From the Gettysburg Tour Studio.
Hi, this is Bo Brinkman.
All the DJs say this one's on its way. Number one.
You think I have something done with science?
Shut up!
You're listening to From Studio 1A.
The popular podcast Addressing Gettysburg.
Yes, sir.
Grab the fold and hurt my neck.
Addressing Gettysburg today.
There's no time.
Hello, exactly.
I've tried.
Why? Whatever do you mean?
This is all wrong.
Oh my
It's getting to be goddamn ridiculous.
Grab the fold and hurt my neck.
How dare you? Oh, blah, blah, blah. And where has that led us?
Come on, man.
Oh, hello, Ronnie.
Hi, Matt.
Welcome back.
Why, thank you. It's been a while. We were just talking about that. I've missed you guys. I personally have missed you.
We missed you. We had an amateur sit in for you last week, Bo Brinkman. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the same. No, it was fun having Bo, but we need that female charm in here, and only you can bring that. Well, you and
All this pressure.
Cam can bring the female charm, but it's going to be bad. By the way, I don't know if you've noticed, but our new theme song has finally arrived.
Okay.
This is it. It's very similar to what we've been hearing, because I want something in the same vein, but here, just let's listen. Okay, that's enough. No. There's a lot of talented people in our audience, and they're just great. I mean, what's that, Eric? I'm sorry, I unmuted the wrong one. I keep putting you on 3, but you're 4.
Not so much in this shed, but definitely in the audience.
Exactly. Pretty talentless group in here.
That's true.
But out there in the rest of the world, very talented people. Colin Seyerveld is the fella. He's the listener. This is his band, and I forgot to ask him the name of the band. Damn it. But actually, I thought he was going to stop by today. Well, I hope he does.
He's a member of the book club, too.
And he's a member of the book club. That is right. Yeah. How's the book club going?
Good.
Your mom goes to book clubs.
And does your mom go to book clubs? No, she doesn't.
Sorry, I just watched Napoleon Dynamite the other night.
Oh, is that what that? I was like, that sounded familiar to me, that voice.
Yeah.
I like how Eric's sewing in the corner.
Well, I got to do something to keep me busy. Otherwise, I just get mad once we get over like an hour on this. So.
Well, you forgot to do your lights.
Oh, no worries. Here we go. I'll correct that
Okay,
real quick.
Good. Oh, jeez. No.
Hang on.
Okay.
I fix it.
All right, good.
I got a remote.
Wonderful. Yes. So anyway, Ladies and gentlemen, there's no guest today, but we've got plenty of stuff to do and talk about and people to talk to.
There's
We'd like
kind
to hear
of a guest.
Well, not like a guest. It's the Whack Pack
not an
is here.
important person.
But we would like to hear from you. So this is a great opportunity to call in and just shoot the shit with us, and we'll have some fun together. Number 717-420-1978. Give us a call. Hey, we went a couple of weeks ago, you and I and Kath and Pat McGuire from the History Things podcast and his wife Danielle. My friend Kelly came, and Waylon was there, and a whole bunch of people were there, and it was Eric. And
Waylon was there?
Yes. Waylon was.
Oh, yes, he was.
What?
How do you miss Waylon? He's like 8 feet tall.
Tallest guy there.
Well, that wasn't the reason I remembered.
And he was the officiant.
Yes.
Yes. And he. Anyway, we were at Katie and Eric's wedding. Eric and Katie's wedding.
Oh yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. the producer finally.
Indeed. Clap it up.
She hasn't divorced you yet, right?
Not yet.
Okay, good.
Getting closer.
It's only been 2 weeks. I mean, you can't file for divorce that quickly in Pennsylvania.
Is there a minimum amount of time you have to stay married before you can file for divorce in
I don't know.
PA?
I know once you file, you got to wait 90 days. You got a mandatory 90-day cooling off period.
Like to make sure.
I'm pretty sure I want to divorce this person anyways. Why in the hell would I want to just live with them for an extra 90 days?
Well, you don't have to live together.
Thanks, morality laws.
Yeah.
Well, bye.
Much obliged.
Anyway, it was a nice wedding. We had a very nice time.
Yeah.
It was
That's
nice.
a really nice venue.
It is.
I've never been up there personally.
Battlefield Bed and Breakfast.
Yeah.
Is where we went to. And it's beautiful out there. Yeah. And it was great to see Eric and Katie finally tie the knot because they've been talking about it incessantly for a year. So it's like
absolutely.
finally got that out of the way.
Constantly.
Good Lord. And
you know me, I'm a chatty Cathy.
Oh my God. It's just, oh my God, I can't wait to get married. And wait until you see the tie I have. And, it's just a mess. And
the centerpieces, guys.
There's the problem with my caterer, and I'm just freaking out.
I remember that conversation.
Remember that? And he was like, oh my God.
Actually,
sure that wasn't my brother?
Who did you get to cater it? Because that was really quite good.
I brought a tomato sandwich.
I am not entirely sure.
You're not sure who your caterer was?
It was a guy.
Wait, really? You don't know who your
from
caterer?
like York.
It wasn't the guy that was running the bar, was it?
Did he cater out of the trunk of his car?
Oh, yeah. Okay, because I saw him picking up the stuff. Wow, he was a good bartender, too.
Yeah.
Well, he had somebody who was supposed to help him who flaked, which was a problem for him because he then had to not only serve the food, but
eat it.
Do the drinks, too.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Okay. It was good.
Yeah,
Thanks,
that's... Yeah, it was. You know what? It was fine in spite of that. I mean, I don't remember having to wait too long to get a drink.
No, not at all. That's why.
The food was there, and now they do the thing where they call by tables.
Well, I don't even really know whose idea that was.
Well, and you didn't like that idea?
I was just super happy that I got to go first because I had not eaten anything.
Well, you're the bride and groom.
Day.
You should go first.
I woke up at 6:45 that morning and consumed nothing but coffee and cigarettes until about 6:15. So it was a long day, and Daddy was hungry.
Yeah, I bet. What were we just talking about?
The numbered tables.
Oh, the numbered tables. Yeah. So you didn't like that method of doing things?
I don't really know how I feel about it. I know it took a while for the higher numbered tables to get food.
Well, most of them.
That's always how it is.
Well, yeah, they don't.
Otherwise, it's just a free for all. And it takes a long time. Everybody's just standing in line.
But I think the point of doing it that way is to skip around, not to do them in order.
I don't know.
What?
Yes, because they're not situated in order. The tables.
Well, they were.
Oh, they were?
Yes, they were.
Yeah. Well, it's still stupid. You should skip around.
It was like a wave of tape. If you would have paid attention, it was like from one side.
It was 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, that's silly.
9, 10.
That's
11,
silly. See, this is the difference between Jersey weddings and PA weddings. PA weddings, people don't know how to put on
This was
events.
planned by people from New Jersey. This was put on by your people.
Well, they didn't do it right. They didn't do it right as far as that goes. I'll tell you that.
I'll let you tell Katie that.
I will. I'll tell her. You're not supposed to do them in order because you're supposed to be mixing up. You mix them up, and then when you do the thing where you call them by number, you call them out of order, and then that way everybody's kind of going. It's not like so. Then if you're table 13, it's like. I'm not going to eat until 8 o'clock at night.
I'll keep that
which
in
is
mind
why
the next time I get married.
Kind of
you're not getting married again.
The important people are the higher or the lower number table. That's kind of the point.
Well, this is why we were at table 10, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And
no, you were like 7.
11. No, we were
10.
double digit of some kind.
Were you really?
Yeah.
10 or 11.
I could have swore you were at like 7.
Well, it's okay. It doesn't matter.
I think I was supposed to be.
Because I didn't wait for
You were supposed to be at like 2 with my or 3. 2 or 3.
Yeah,
with my brother and sister.
Right, he's known Veronica 20 minutes. She gets the table of important people, and then I'm at table 10 in the corner by the broom closet.
We fixed that.
We did fix that.
I ended up in the broom closet where I belonged.
And it also, like, when it came time to start calling numbers, I was like, this is nonsense. I'm not doing it. So I got up and I went up with table 3, I think it was. And you looked at me like, remember what I said to you when I was getting up to leave to go get my food?
I don't.
Because you were like, well, that's not the rules. The rules are, and I said, someday you're going to follow the rules so much you'll get killed.
I wish somebody would have brought this to my attention.
It was so
That I broke the
awkward.
rules?
The whole side of the table
removed.
was sitting, and Matt dragged Kelly. So the two of them get up and walk over. Like everybody had to have seen it. It was embarrassing.
Kelly.
We were sitting there. Pat, his wife, Waylon, his girlfriend. Everybody was behaving, and these two
behaving.
jump up and go running and cut. I think they almost knocked Katie's grandma over. Whoever's grandma that was. Maybe it was was it your grandma? Someone. Yeah.
We didn't knock anybody over.
I said almost.
We didn't almost knock anybody over.
Pulled a George from Seinfeld. Women and children last.
No, it was.
I'm hungry.
Yes.
My name's Matthew.
Good job, Costanza.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way it was. I mean, nobody gets in the look when there's food just sitting out. It's one thing. Okay, you're gonna bring the food out that way.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. I'll wait. What can I do? What am I gonna do? Go to the kitchen and be like, give me my plate now, please.
So why should you not have to wait and other people do then? Somebody's gonna have to wait, right? There's always a first.
Because he's Matt fucking Calloway.
Exactly. No, that's exactly right. That is exactly.
So the moral of the story was these two are done eating and they're going up for second when our table gets called legitimately and they're in line with us to get a second plate of food when we're getting our first.
Now I think we're painting a picture here that it's just not accurate. Okay, it's close to accurate. Yeah. I mean, it's okay. So the reason to answer your question, the reason why, all I have to say is this: if people didn't say no, I'm going to eat now, then the world would still be living in caves and animal skin tents.
I don't think that's accurate.
I think it is. Sometimes you just got to go for the gusto and grab it, and that's what I did. Well, frankly, the honest truth was I have medication, and I took it on an empty stomach, and my stomach was burning. And I needed to put something in my food besides alcohol because I had this horrible burning feeling in my stomach. But you know what was funny though?
Alcohol's fine.
No, it wasn't. I'm telling you. You know what was great though?
What was great though?
Later.
What happened later?
Remember you gave us a ride. Remember what you did to me?
Yeah, you drunkos. No, I'm teasing. Yes, I do because I thought it was funny as heck.
It was funny. So Eric, I'm sorry, Cam, are we interrupting you?
No, excuse the hell out of us.
Yeah, would you like to share with the class?
Please go ahead, Cam.
Please, what were you talking about? Would you like to share with the?
I just told him something.
Michael, what did he say?
He said it sounded like a West Virginia wedding to him.
Bollocks.
That's ridiculous.
Absolute bollocks.
It's not a West Virginia wedding.
There was no wheelbarrow involved.
Blah, blah, blah. And where has that led us?
Yes. No, so Eric. So Veronica gives us a ride, right? Now, I'm leaving my car at Battlefield B&B. So we drop Kelly off at her house first, and I say to Veronica and Kathy, I go, I'll be right back, girls. I'm walking her to the door. So I get out, I close the door. Now she's got this electric car, right?
Yeah.
Which it makes like a cord.
Oh, Veronica does.
Veronica does. Yeah. So I don't hear anything. I walk Kelly to the door, you know, she's like, thanks for, you know, whatever, saying goodbye. And I go, okay, I'll see you later. I turn around, no freaking car there. And I go, oh my God. And I go, they left me. And she's like, well, call him. And I go, my phone's in the car. And she's like, well, what's her number? I'm like, who the hell remembers phone numbers anymore? I don't know. And she's like, well, where does she live? And I go, she lives up on Ridge Road or whatever. Like, we gotta get in your car and we gotta chase her. So she goes in to start getting her car keys and everything like that. And then,
I didn't know it got that far.
And then what did you say when you pulled up? You said you had some funny line.
It was actually, I think it was, in fairness, it was Kathy's idea. She said, roll down the window and tell me he forgot his hat in the car and act like we're just going to throw the hat out and keep on going again.
Yes. So then
Kathy is legitimately my fucking hero.
She is the best.
She's pretty all right.
So then I hear like a D diminished 7 chord, and I know, oh, Veronica must be near. And so I turn around and there they are, and then they're there. It's like Veronica's like, you left your hat in the car. Pulls away, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then finally she stops, and they're laughing, and I get in the car. I was just, and my keys were in your car too, so like I was like, I couldn't even walk home.
That's funny.
Because my initial thought was, whatever, I'll walk home, and then I go, no, I can't. I don't have my keys. So, but that was pretty fun. That was a good time. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: is you guys weren't the only ones that had an issue with transportation that night.
Oh no!
As it turns out, one of the shuttles got lost for an hour. I don't know how.
From the Eisenhower to Battlefield Bed and Breakfast?
leaving the B&B, going back to the hotel.
The Eisenhower.
Oh my God.
Literally,
it's
quarter
half
of a mile down the road.
On one road. Yeah, no, they drove around for the better part of an hour, I guess.
Who was driving it?
Well, I was told they looked like Santa Claus, and I kind of assumed that was our guy, but then again, maybe not. I don't know. But they drove around for
that wasn't a Rapid Transit shuttle, was it?
No, I don't remember.
It was like the hotel had it.
No, it wasn't. That was something that we had to set up separately.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I cannot for the life of me remember who the service was.
Well, we don't want to bash them anyway.
Yeah.
Oh my
so
God.
Wow, so for an hour?
I believe, well, it had a bunch of her cousins on there, and they were like super drunk, and I kind of suspect that. I was informed that maybe they wanted to go on a ghost tour. And I feel like that's how that whole predicament started.
That poor guy.
But
poor
anyways,
girl.
Whatever. Yep.
Oh
wait, now did they kidnap the driver and make him take them all on a ghost tour?
No, they ended up back at the hotel somehow.
Oh my God.
They found their way.
Well, I have a question.
Yeah, Mike Lentz. One question you got?
Yeah, just one question right
just
now.
Just the one. I'll be damned.
Yeah, one thing I have a question for Eric.
Oh.
Yes. So you're Mr. Calvary Butter Knives guy. So what went behind the decision of holding the venue at Wesley Merritt's headquarters?
Here it is. I'm going to break it down for you right quick. It was available. And it's a nice place.
It is a nice place. Yes.
15 minutes from
and
my house.
To be fair to me, I didn't pick it.
Well, that's a good. Okay. Well,
I was there. I was present for the decision-making process, but I wasn't really a part of it. And here's the thing, Mike. If you're ever put into this position that I have been, you're going to find out that you're going to be present for the decision-making process, but you're not going to be fucking involved.
Yeah. Keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
Nod.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it's a beautiful venue. Yes, the food tastes amazing.
Yes.
Oh, your dress is gorgeous.
Whatever you want, honey.
Whatever. To be fair, she did have a really nice dress.
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
No, it was great. It was a great wedding.
Really well.
It was a really pretty place to
and
do it.
And it came out really well in the tintypes.
The tintypes look great.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
We picked them up on Saturday, all of them, because there's like 20 of them.
Uh-huh.
And Dave didn't do like little quarter plates for us. He did 5x7s all day. Like Dave showed up at 10 o'clock in the morning, and he shot from 10 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock at night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It's a long day.
Yeah.
That is a lot of cyanide to be getting into your skin.
Oh my
too.
God, it was so much.
Speaking of Mike Lentz, Mike, if you want to come back to the mic here. So originally, you know, I had a +1. I had 2 dates lined up. Both of them flaked out. And then you said to me you said, "Hey, it's your +1. You do with it what you will, but it would be nice if we invited Lentz." Because he doesn't drink and he could be our driver. But also, we had talked to him about being our DD, and he said that he would come out from Chambersburg to drive us home. And we're like, well, we'll pay you, you know, like we feel bad. And then you were like, well, why make him come out here? Why not? You know, he's like part of the group. Yeah. And I said, okay, yeah, he could be my date. So he was going to go as my date. And thank God
there were questions about that too, by the way.
Of course. Thank God I asked you that morning, because I'd sent him a text and I said, so here's the deal. Eric wants me to get there a little earlier than everybody else. So can you come out and get there earlier with me, and then we just hang or whatever? And then Mike's like, well, I've got a really bad cold. And I called him and he's just like, you know, and I go, damn. And I had a cold like 3 weeks before that. And I was like, yeah, I had that same cough, like it was awful. And so I'm like, okay, well, you don't have to come if you don't want. He goes, yeah, it's probably not a good idea. And I'm like, well, yeah, no, I'd agree. It's probably not a good idea. You know, don't worry about it. We'll figure something else out. So then I get off the phone and I'm like, damn it. Like, what do I do now? You know, and then I called you and we all worked it out. But you almost came, Mike, you know. Oops. Wait, sorry. That was not what I meant to hit. But you almost came, and you had a sweater vest and everything all picked out.
Oh, yes, I did. Had a whole outfit. Yes, absolutely.
But you got to wear it the next day, right?
I did. Well, the evening with the painting. Not the next day, because I still was dying from the cold consumption there. Yeah.
But didn't Veronica see you the next day for the historian in that sweater vest?
Absolutely, she did.
After the wedding, the day after the wedding.
Yes.
So, suddenly you got better.
No, it's fine, Mike. It's all right.
I think you actually flaked off. You got flaked off by 3 people. Mike also did not want to be your date.
What a great point.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. I give up. Ladies and gentlemen.
That's probably for the best.
Mike also threw in a, oh, hell no.
He's like, wait a minute. What does this mean? I was going to let him, nobody would know. I was going to let him be Kathy's date, and then Veronica and I would pretend to be each other's dates. And that way it looked all, you know, copacetic.
I would have gotten better of that.
It did raise some questions. I won't lie.
Now, what are you saying? What were the questions?
Well,
who?
Katie's mom. Katie's mom was,
of course, it's always the moms.
The general assumption was, and it turned out to be correct, was that my brother and his boyfriend were going to be the only gay couple to come. And then Katie's mom found out that your date was named Mike. And so the question was raised, oh my God, is Matt gay too?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, who put the date's name down?
I knew it.
So I never met the guy and I knew it.
I knew it.
And Mike doesn't drink.
I'm actually a sober gay American.
There you go. Finally that.
You should have invited him.
Well, that was the original plan. Remember, we were talking in the interview.
That would have been amazing.
I had thought of it, but I go, nah, because that's like serious. Like, he really is gay.
So is my brother.
Yeah, but I wasn't asking your brother to go.
You?
I'm not saying I have a problem with gay people. I'm saying then people really would have talked, because they're like, well, you know, because Joe would be out there. Because Joe would be out on the dance floor with like a plume in his hat and, you know, dancing around and everything.
Speaking of which, did you see my brother's boyfriend, Bo?
Yes.
Oh, he's some moves.
Yeah, that kid was a dancer.
And even after you guys left, it got like way more intense.
Oh, did it?
Oh, it was amazing. Like Katie's got some videos.
Bikini briefs and stuff.
Yeah, like her cousins took videos of this and sent them to her.
Awesome.
Yeah. I mean, he was clothed the whole time.
Oh, okay.
You know, he had that little fanny pack with the flower petals in it still.
I was just going to say, the fanny pack hung in there the whole night, which like I was impressed with.
And that was like, there was one point where he was I think he was dancing with Katie's mom maybe, and he's just like flinging flower petals.
I saw that. Yeah. That was funny though. He was the flower boy, and he came
the flower man. The flower man.
And he came down with the fanny pack full of rose petals. That was pretty funny.
Yeah. I had to pick all of those up the next morning.
Let's not talk about the great production.
They were fake.
Oh.
I had to pick them all up. Anyways,
Or
carry on. The great
biodegradable.
production. Yeah.
The great production for the ceremony itself, with the wonderful music and the coming in on cue and the perfect fade outs.
All right.
Except that one time where during the ceremony you went, ah! Then you were like, you did hit the.
Oh, because I took it off of
something
Bluetooth.
happened?
Oh yeah,
I didn't even hear that.
No, 'cause only people in our area did. I took it off of Bluetooth because you had said leave 30 seconds between, right? But that wasn't a good direction because now I have this. I don't know, this 30, and I'm playing it off of Google Drive, which is not a great player. So I tried to, once we were done with the first song, I got to just find the beginning of the next song. And so I had to scrub through it. I didn't want to do it on the Bluetooth speaker. So I took it off. And when I took it off, for some reason, it made it immediately play.
Oh.
And so there was a moment of and then everybody around was like, oh. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. And I'm fumbling with it. And then, yeah.
It's like someone's cell phone going off and yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I thought Waylon was going to have a panic attack.
Aww.
That poor guy. Like I had to say to him at one point, I was like, dude, just take a breath, man. It's all right.
Because he's up there and he's like, what was the one thing he did when he
he
switched the page and it was like, I, Katie, take you, Eric.
It was perfect. It was perfectly awkward for that ceremony. That whole day, that just fit right in there.
Oh, that was good stuff.
God, what was it though? So Dave Wilson was going to take a shot during the
ceremony.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why we had that awkward pause at the end there,
where it was just like,
So while so Waylon was supposed to get a signal from him, and we were all just going to hold perfectly still while Waylon carried on, and Dave was going to take the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Waylon had his face glued at the book the whole time. I never saw Dave giving the signal.
Poor Waylon. Was that his first officiation?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what did he have to go? Like, does he have to associate with some kind of religion or some kind of something to get that? I'm just curious.
It's like the Universal Life Church or some shit like that.
You just get like a certificate online or something.
Yeah,
right?
you legitimately you go on. I've done it before. I'm technically
that's what
an ordained minister. I got bored at lunch one day, so I did it.
And you got it through
10 minutes.
Protestant.
That's where you got yours. Okay. Well, anyway, great time at the wedding. Thank you for inviting us, Eric. And it was nice to. No, it was truly, honestly, in all seriousness, it was nice to spend that day with you. Yeah. We're very happy to see you guys get married because you guys are a good couple.
Yeah. Many years of health and happiness for you guys.
All right, let's not go overboard.
Yeah. You guys are the cutest couple.
Well, okay, let's not go overboard on that one either. Well, no, I mean, have you seen Mickey Rooney and Dorothy? What's her name?
Hamill?
Judy Garland.
No, I haven't actually.
I don't know. I couldn't think of a cute couple. All right, so coming up on the show Monday, Kent Masterson Brown Meet at Gettysburg is coming out on Patreon, along with Matt Booter's Halloween Spooktacular on the free feed. And there's a new Billy Webster song that I would like to hip you to, if you don't mind. Just a couple of minutes of it, or a couple of seconds of it, not really a whole bunch of it. You want to guess which one it might be?
I can't. I'm horrible at guessing.
Is it Marching Through Georgia?
No, that's the one we all know and love. Yeah. That's this one.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We have that.
But this is the new one. See if you can guess.
Is it a love song?
A love song?
What was the one named after the woman?
Lorena. No, it's not Lorena.
I don't know. I don't know my Civil War songs. I'm sorry.
I don't know my Civil War songs turned into rock songs.
I'd like to see if can you guess this, Mike? Listen closely now.
I feel like I'm a part of a pub quiz right now. Guess this song. No idea.
Wow. It's a long intro.
my.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Brilliant boy, that Billy Webster. I've never thought that you could do like a blues version of the Battle Hymn of the Republic. A punk blues version.
But clearly, here we are.
Yeah, we have reached that day, ladies and gentlemen. Eat your heart out, muddy waters. Now let's see how he gets to the hook. This is I can't wait for this whole album to come out. Wow. I love Billy. Billy, when we had our old show, he would come on every once in a while and he'd like write like a little ditty for whatever we were doing, and we did a Christmas episode once, and he's very liberal, and so he wrote a song called Lib Cuck. And the hook goes, it's hard to be a lib cuck on Christmas, and it just lists all these things that liberals hate about Christmas, and like he would rhyme like our cheeks are rosy like Nancy Pelosi. What was the other one? Kill your poinsettia with my Beretta. Like it was just really good stuff, and he actually like recorded it and put it out, and people loved it. And I was like, you're going to get famous off of this song, and you're making fun of liberals, but it's going to be the right wingers that like embrace it, and they're going to love. But nobody, that never happened. But anyway, this is where he's going to be a big, huge star. Okay, so there's that, Billy Webster, all that stuff. Okay, so then what does that mean for us now, ladies and gentlemen? Well, that means now we're going to go for what's called a break, and when we come back. Hopefully we'll take some of your calls. 6 Questions Lentz is here, as is the great Cam Mallow. We'll be talking to them, so we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Bo Brinkman. Conversation? Give us a call at 717-420-1978 and get in the queue.
The season is finally here. 2021 is going to be a great year, and we know that you're going to come down to Gettysburg. And when you do come down to Gettysburg, you got to take a tour with Getty's Bike Tours. Getty's Bike Tours has been in business since 2005. It is the best way to see the battlefield. Why? Because you don't just see the battlefield, you experience the battlefield. Our tours are led by some of the finest licensed battlefield guides out there, and they make sure that you walk away with a full understanding of what happened here on those 3 days in 1863. Here's the best part. Because you're an Addressing Gettysburg listener, you're going to get 15% off when you make your reservation. Now, this discount only applies to tours, so go to gettysbike.com or call 717-752-7752 and book a tour today. There's no better way to see the town you're visiting than to eat your way through it. And there's no better way to eat your way through this town than with Savor Gettysburg food tours. Enjoy a culinary and cultural experience through historic downtown Gettysburg, one delicious bite at a time. Their season runs from April through November with the special Christmas Tastes and Traditions walking food tour during the month of December. So go to SavorGettysburgFoodTours.com and enter promo code AG2021 to receive $5 off your tour. Eat, walk, get a taste of history with Savor Gettysburg. Have you noticed our revamped website at addressinggettysburg.com? Well, that's the fine work of a man named Mike Stretch, and he also redid our logo for us. Both of them I originally designed, and both of them were originally horrible, but now they're nice, and that's all thanks to Mike. Mike has an awesome t-shirt company called Heritage Depot. There you'll find great designs based on Gettysburg and the Civil War with t-shirts and other types of merchandise. So go to heritage-depot.com and spruce up your Getty's Nerd wardrobe. That's heritage-depot.com. Our favorite bookstore in Gettysburg is For the Historian, located at 42 York Street. It's because they have the best selection of Civil War books in Gettysburg, both new and used. And online, they have even more to choose from. And if the Civil War isn't your thing, that's not a problem. This is For the Historian, after all. They cover history from the ancient world to the 21st century with a strong selection of World War II and American Revolution books. It's astounding how many thousands of titles from Osprey, Savas Beatty, UNC Press, and more they have in their store. And that's because, well, they have a warehouse too. And that's where they keep all the books that are available online at forthehistorian.com. And folks, if you go to forthehistorian.com now and order books until you're blue in the face, be sure you mention that you heard about them on Addressing Gettysburg in the Note to Seller box, and they will refund your shipping costs. And if you prefer to stop by when you're in town, well, you could do that too. Just mention Addressing Gettysburg at checkout, and they'll take 20% off the retail price of your item. So go to forthehistorian.com or stop by 42 York Street, or you can call them at 717-685-5207. That's forthehistorian.com or 717-685-5207. Gettysburg, A Nation Divided mobile app is relaunching this summer. Gettysburg, A Nation Divided is an award-winning mixed reality mobile application using augmented reality technology. It transports users into the most crucial moments in the Battle of Gettysburg, the turning point of the Civil War. Users can listen and watch historic figures share their stories as lifelike animated avatars, traverse 360-degree image sequences of the battlefield. Its cinematic battle sequences are narrated by actor Scott Eastwood. The mobile app is available for free on iOS and Android. It's designed to be used anywhere, at home, at school, at the park, or at Gettysburg National Military Park. It uses GPS to help guide you through your journey to see the stories and events unfold at the exact location where they occurred. So go into your phone's app store and get it now for free. That's Gettysburg, A Nation Divided.
Grabbed and pulled and hurt my neck.
You're back with Cam's Idol.
That was years ago.
Here's Matt.
Didn't even get to hear it. Do I have a cliffhanger?
Not that I can see.
Good. Just wanted to make sure.
Very trusting to believe that I would tell you.
I know, what an idiot. So, you reminded me in the last break that I forgot to talk about last weekend, our last Get Out of the Car tour of the season.
Yeah, it was a good season.
Yay, it's over.
It's over, thank God, yes.
Now get ready for round 3.
That's right. Can get some, what? All right, never mind. I can get some rest in now. But yeah, so we had an evening with the painting on Friday, and then
which is pretty darn awesome.
The last Get Out of the Car. Yeah. We had the most people that we've ever had on a tour on Saturday.
I promise you're clean.
No, I just, it's I think it's like a mustache hair that's sticking up and it's like tickling.
Oh, don't you hate that?
I do.
Yeah,
it's annoying. I gotta just like pull them out, and it hurts. But anyway, we had.
You have a lot of problems with your mustache?
I mean, like, gotta deal with it on the regular.
So we had a lot of people. The weather held out. It was great because it was like. It was a little overcast. The sun came out a bit, but the temperature was perfect.
Yeah. Well, it was
nice breeze,
rain.
and it held off until we were done.
Yeah.
As soon as we started going away, the rain started coming. But yeah, we had some people on there.
Thought Lewis did a really good job with it, actually.
He did. Lewis is really, if you recall, like in the beginning, he seemed like a little nervous because he was new to guiding, and these are like big groups and everything. Yeah. And by yesterday, he was like cracking jokes, and he was really enjoying it, which is nice to see someone evolve like that. So yeah, but then the night before, Friday. We had an evening with the painting with Sue Boardman, which we knew was going to be great, but everybody loved this.
Yeah.
It really is such a great program, right, Mike?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you've done how many of those?
2.
2. Me too. You've done two too?
No, I think we've done a couple extra. I think we've done about 4.
Okay.
But always a little variation. And Sue, I could listen to her Yeah, she's just entertaining. She's
the
witty.
best.
She's knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Like every time we've gone, there's been a little bit more that I've learned. Whatever. She announced that this December's, and it's already sold out, unfortunately. But she claims that's going to be her last one. That she's and she has said before she's
says
retiring
this all the time.
Well, I hope
she
she's
does.
just.
I think
yeah.
every time I see her, she says she's not doing anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I hope she'll reconsider because she's awesome.
We can't not let her not do that again because people want us to do them again because people didn't get to go, because there's a certain number of people that we could have, and they want us to do more, so we'll probably do. Well, I'm going to try to. I don't know, but she's going to come back on the show, talk about some other things besides the cyclorama. I told her that people really liked her when she was on, and she seemed to have fun with it. So we're going to figure out what to talk about. We talked about a few things that could possibly be the topic, but we'll have her back on probably for an Ask a Guide. So anyway, thank you to everybody that came out to those. You can get a concert tour style T-shirt on our website, addressinggettysburg.com/shop. You can go in there, and it has all of the logos that Ty DeWitt of 1863 Designs made for each tour on the back or on the front. No, on the back. And then on the front, it says
Addressing Gettysburg.
Addressing Gettysburg. That makes sense.
It's the logo.
Idiot. Oh, God. So anyway, that was that. So thank you all for coming out. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me not delay you any longer with this here moment here. Yeah, Cam, why don't you switch there for a second with Mike? Mike, don't go too far because we'll pull you back in. Cam, go ahead, have a seat. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Cam Mallow's back. Yeah. How you been, buddy? Into the microphone, please. Pull the mic to you. God.
They move.
You're gone for like 4 months and you forget how to use a microphone. How have you been?
Busy.
Busy doing what now? Let's start with your job. Working at the Park Service, right? All right, how's that going?
Tomorrow's the last day for the season.
Yeah.
It's a long season, but
yeah.
Would you do it again? If you had the opportunity, if they come to you tomorrow and they say, hey, look, we're going to need you again next summer, would you do it again?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's all that
So
matters.
you liked it, working at the mall?
It was good.
What store did you work in?
I didn't work in any stores.
Oh, you said you worked at the mall.
I heard it was PacSun.
I thought it was Abercrombie.
Do they still have those?
I don't know.
I thought it was Hot Topic.
Yeah, the Hot Topic. That'd be great.
If you want to call in and talk to Cam, 717-420-1978.
Cam works at Hot Topic over there at the outlets. He models the hooker boots.
Now these boots come up over my knee.
Like so.
Like a cavalryman.
Like Jeb Stewart. I got Jeb Stewart boots, but these are shiny patent leather. And Jeb Stewart wouldn't have been able to get around in those mushy fields with these stiletto heels.
Welcome back, Cameron.
Yeah.
We missed you, Cam. Yeah, we're so happy to have you back. Now, Victoria and Kathy ran into you down at the...
Tracked him down.
Now, did you really... This was when? August? I think it was August.
Was it Labor Day weekend? Labor Day weekend,
Labor Day
I think,
weekend.
right?
Okay, just drop things,
last
Cameron.
Minute trip down to DC.
So trip down to DC, Labor Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And you decide, let's find Cameron.
Yeah.
And where did you find him?
Right at the Washington Monument.
Yep, right at the base of it.
And you were right at the base of the monument. And then what? How long did it take you to find him?
Well, we were communicating, so he kind of told us where he was, or told us where he was going to be because we had just finished up a tour and then got a Uber and went over and found him. So.
And were you excited that your friends were down to see you?
It was nice to see some friendly faces.
I heard you gave them hugs, and you're not a huggy type of guy, right?
Did I?
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
You hugged them 3 times.
Yeah.
That's what they. This is what Veronica told me.
Each.
Yep.
Yeah, 3 hugs each.
When we first
6
got up
total.
there, when we were about
much
to leave, and then when we actually left, because we thought we were going to leave it. Yeah.
There's so much that went on down there this year. I can't remember everything that happened.
Well, you don't remember something as momentous as a celebrity coming down to see you?
Kathy.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Mama.
Yeah. No?
There's so much down there that happens. You don't know what's going to happen from day to day.
Yes.
Did you see Denzel or something? Or am I making that
Denzel
up?
Washington.
I saw him from a distance one day.
No, you said he said something to you.
He just said hello. How are y'all doing today?
I thought he said something about like you guys do a good job and
Yeah.
Okay. But he said that to you, or he just yelled it in general?
He just said
like
we
he was
walking
across
by.
the field and he was just like,
No.
y'all do a good job. And you were just like, thanks, Denzel.
No,
Oh.
nothing like that. Just.
Did you recognize him from the Train movie?
I've seen him in several movies.
Glory.
Well, he was in that movie about the runaway train.
Glory,
Never coming back.
Remember the Titans?
Yeah.
He was in Glory, wasn't he?
He was in Glory, yeah.
I don't watch Glory, man. I'm sorry.
Jeez, you're racist.
Best movie ever.
Yeah.
I disagree on that point. It's not my favorite Civil War movie.
No. As a movie, as a film, it is a great film.
Okay.
Come on, the music.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's got a great soundtrack. I beef with Glory because it's like, man, you guys could have just told the real story and it'd have been just as good, if not better.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that was the original.
Yeah, that's the Harlem Boys Choir. I taught them.
That was before auto-tune. That was.
Yeah, you had to actually hit
It
those
was a
notes.
live performance, therefore it is real.
It is. That's the original. That's the first one you've heard. Cameron, explain this to me. When we went to Culture You, when we went out to Sherbachi, on the way back, you were playing us songs. The original versions of songs.
Country Roads.
No, like James Brown, like Papa's Got a Brand New Bag and stuff. Like
I gotta tell you, listen. Wait. I gotta hang on, real quick.
All right.
Last time I was in Pittsburgh, I went down to the South Side.
Yeah.
To the Hofbrauhaus. I don't know if you've been to that place or not.
I've been to the one here.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Right. I go in. There's an oompa band in there playing.
Yeah.
And they played Country Roads, and I was so disappointed.
Oompa style?
Yes.
Oh.
He's like, man, you guys could have just played, German music. No,
Yeah.
we're gonna play some like bastardized version of John Denver. Awesome.
That's
awesome. It's all right. Continue.
It's not the same.
No.
It's just demented. This is Cam's song. Anyway. So what? Oh yeah. So you played like a video of like, it was like a oldies review type of thing where a bunch of young modern day people play old songs for old people.
We just got talking. I remember on the way back, we got talking about some like places that we've been to where they do like tributes and honors to the music from the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
I remember you were talking about that.
Yeah, because it was down at Myrtle Beach, that place they call the Carolina Opry. And
right. But here's the thing that confused me and Veronica. You said that these were the original versions of the songs.
Well, they take the they recreate the original versions. The actors will dress up as what the singers of those original songs, the artists were wearing when they sung their songs.
Okay. So the Elvis guy is dressed like Elvis.
Yes.
Understood. But you were saying that it was the original song, and you're like, look, here's the original Don't Be Cruel. And we're like, no, that's a guy pretending to be doing good Don't Be Cruel.
It's like that other show called Legends, where they...
Those are called covers.
Covers, yes. It's a cover band.
Yeah.
All right. But it was... what they would up on the screen as the artists are performing the songs...
Right. They have footage of the actual people.
And the original song being played.
So why don't they just play footage of the original people playing? That's what they should do.
They did up on the screen.
No. Forget the people on the stage. Who needs them? Who needs them? They're never any good.
Idea for a concert.
Yeah, just play like old concert footage in the park.
Just like my YouTube mix. Just play that shit.
Yes. Yeah, it's Eric's Mix. Saturday night at the Gettysburg Rec Park. It's Eric's Mix. Featuring Pantera, the Rolling Stones, and Christina Aguilera.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah. All right. I'll give you that one.
With Justin Timberlake.
My humps. You remember that one, Veronica?
No.
You don't remember that?
And Leif
Come
Garrett.
on, Black Eyed Peas. She's talking about her lady humps and whatnot.
I was even less cool back then than I am now, if that's possible.
Man. Well, I wasn't cool, but it was on like every radio station for a year.
You don't remember the Black Eyed Peas?
Yeah, some of their songs, but I mean,
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
Yeah, that and Pony by whatever, Genuine or whatever. You remember that? That was like.
I'd have to hear the lyrics, I think.
I don't know. Let's see who's on the line here. Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, this is Geoff and Sarah.
Oh, hey, Geoff and Sarah.
Christina Aguilera. I was wondering if you were referring to Britney Spears instead.
No, he was a big Christina Aguilera fan.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get off the line.
He always used to say, I'll show you what a girl was. Hey, Sarah. Sarah, how are you doing? I miss you tremendously.
I miss you guys so much.
No, you guys, me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Matt.
Thank you.
We'll take that offline. You and I can talk about that later.
Thank you. When Geoff goes
How
to
much I
bed.
miss. Exactly.
Yes.
Like we always do.
Like we always do.
But for formal purposes, I'll say that I miss you all very much.
Well, when are you coming down again?
It's a good cover.
Well, I mean, Geoff has his way.
I always want to go.
All right, leave it. Keep it clean. Sarah, when would you like to come down?
What is the field like in the fall and in the winter?
Do you really care what the field is like?
It's cold.
When you were out here for 2 months, you went out on the battlefield a total of once times.
Once time?
Yes.
No, actually, it was 3 times.
Thrice times.
I had holy experience on the East Cavalry battlefield that I don't even think I got to tell you about.
Put that in your juice box
Weren't
and suck it.
you with me?
No,
On the blanket.
Yes, that was the out-of-body experience. Yes, exactly.
That was the out of clothing experience. All right, no. So wait, you didn't come out on the tour? No, you didn't. Your family was in town. That's right. Yeah. All right. Well, listen.
Sarah.
Geoff, when
there
are you coming
still
down?
wine slushies available for whenever you come back.
Veronica,
Yes.
all I need is you and your mom and some wine slushies in my life.
There you go.
Everything else is
Hey, listen.
All right, Geoff is dying to hear his own voice, so I'm going to let him hop on.
Before he does, though, hold on. Before he does, I just want to say I'm glad to hear that you're still around. It's nice that you've lasted this long and haven't left Geoff. I'm just teasing.
It's been an afternoon. The full moon has really done a number on my psyche.
Oh, okay. Well, go rest, and put Geoff back on now. We love Geoff too.
Hey, guys.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Geoff. Hey, Geoff, did you hear
I
that?
feel like all's right again. And little did I know that I signed on and Cam was on and Eric's there and Mike is there.
I'm always here.
The whole crew's there.
And you
Veronica.
also are you're newly added to the board.
Grabbed and pulled and hurt my neck.
Am I on the board?
Did you hear that? Yeah, listen.
Grabbed and pulled and hurt my neck.
That's you.
I love it. Yes, that's a serious injury.
Right, serious injuries list.
Grabbed and pulled and hurt my neck.
What is happening here?
Well, anyway,
Grabbed and pulled and hurt my neck.
What are you doing?
Grabbed and pulled and hurt my neck.
What are you?
Please record that for the board.
Grabbed and pulled and hurt my neck.
How dare you?
Grabbed and pulled and hurt my neck.
What is happening?
Grabbed and pulled and hurt my neck.
Oh my God.
You like Rain
What? What's
you
up?
like Rain Man too?
Cam, have you ever watched Rain Man?
I don't think
Dustin
so.
Hoffman and Tom Cruise.
Nope.
We're counting cards. Yeah. We're counting
Definitely. Wapner.
Wapner. Hey, listen, Geoff and
Hot water burn, baby.
You scared the hell out of me.
Grabbed and pulled and hurt my neck.
Sarah laughing.
This is the
Grabbed and pulled and hurt my neck.
day ever.
Oh. Okay. Wow. So, Geoff and Sarah, come down as soon as you possibly can. Christmas time is a nice time to come down. You should come down around there.
Oh, I would love that.
Actually, New Year's Eve would be cool.
Nothing says Merry Christmas like 53,000 casualties.
58.
58, sorry.
Absolutely.
That's right. 58? No, 51.
What is Dance with Iris 10 o'clock?
That's in the movie.
What about the horses?
Oh, you're counting the horses too?
Oh.
All right. Well, listen. All right, your phone is breaking up a little bit there, Geoff. So it's great to hear from you guys. Keep in touch, and please come down around maybe New Year's. It's a lot of fun there. All right.
We will. Can Cam tell a college story, please?
All right. I got a whole list of stories. Don't worry. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Okay, buddy.
All right. Love you.
See you guys.
Love you guys too.
You're
Grabbed and pulled and hurt my neck.
Okay. That was great. Okay, so listen, Cameron, I do have a list of things that I want to get to here, and we don't have all day. So let's get right to some of these
No, we don't.
things
I've
here.
run out of things to sew together.
You recently got to drive a choo-choo.
Yeah.
And this is the 611 out in Stroudsburg.
Yeah.
It's like exclusive access. You have to pay. They don't even leave it out so that people can take pictures of it. You have to, like, they keep it hidden, and then they bring it out in certain times, and you can come and see it and everything. But you actually paid $600.
No, I paid $100.
You paid $100 to look at it.
No, to ride it.
Oh, to ride it.
Yeah.
To ride in the cab, in the engine.
Yeah.
How much is it to ride in one of the passenger cars?
I did that actually on my birthday.
You did that earlier. I remember that. Yeah. Now, how much is it to do that? Like $40, $50, something like that.
Something 40 like that.
Under 100.
Yeah.
But you pay 100 and you get to sit up in the cab.
You can actually. They had 3 different levels.
So you can sit on the roof.
No.
In the
You get to sit on the cow catcher on the front.
No.
Yeah. And do you just sit on the cow catcher and do your whistle?
No.
Okay. Well, what do you do?
They had where you could pay like $500 something, I believe, to be the fireman.
Right. We're listening.
Then you could be the engineer.
Who doesn't love to shovel coal?
And
wait, you pay how much to shovel coal?
actually, no, you don't have to shovel coal. It's all done through.
Oh, so it's mechanized.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Well, that's not that bad.
Then you could pay $611 to be the engineer on the engine.
Ah, I see what they did there.
Yeah, that's clever. That's
but
clever.
I paid $100 just to be in the jump seat of the engine.
Right.
How long did they let you stay?
Yeah.
30 minutes to about 45 minutes.
And then they
how
throw
long
you
were
off?
you supposed to stay?
It was
10 minutes.
It was about. It went exactly to that amount.
Yeah, fair enough.
Exactly.
I wasn't sure if they'd thrown you out early or not.
No, you did two. We did 2 miles. Went out a mile, came back, and then went back out a mile.
Oh my God, it takes that long to go 3 miles? No wonder engine.
Well, they're going at
that's
1 mile an hour.
trains like stop being primary.
We're talking about an engine at one time that has been clocked on the main lines at 110 miles per hour.
Wow.
Mic drop.
That's the best I got. That's all I got for you, mic drop wise. But all right, so you get to go to this thing. You saw our buddy Ken Rich out there.
Yeah, as soon as I got out of the car.
Yeah,
Ken
he was
saw
waiting
you
for.
too.
Yeah, I know.
Was he wearing his red shirt?
Yep, he had his red
course he
shirt
was.
and trying to keep. Also started telling a little bit of stories too.
It was their anniversary. By the way, happy anniversary,
Yes.
Pat and Ken.
Hey!
And also, happy future anniversary to Cam and his mystery lady.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me get a different song here for you. All right. Now, Cam, tell us about who this lady is that you've been seen with. Come on now. Who is she?
Somebody back home.
A girl from West Virginia. Okay, girl from West Virginia.
Okay, keep going.
Keep going, Cam. Let's tell us more about it.
Just somebody I know from back home.
Yeah. All right. And?
I invited her up for the couple days.
And she said, okay.
Wait, a couple days.
Wait, oh,
Okay.
Couple days.
Son of a bitch.
Wow. What was that? I don't know, some kid.
Did you just cuss?
No. Goddamn son of a bitch.
Don't look at me. I don't have the voice of a 12-year-old.
You goddamn mean son of a bitch!
Say it faster.
You goddamn mean dirty son of a bitch!
Wow, Cam.
Oh, yeah, okay. Now I remember what movie that's
That's
from.
right.
Yeah.
Veronica over here cussing.
I'm happy for you. I want to hear more about this.
So
new
tell us more
girlfriend.
about your love life.
Yeah.
You gotta play that song.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a
Mood
romantic
music.
song.
We gotta set the mood, man.
Yeah.
Hey, it's better than Barry White.
It's very close to
That
Barry
really would
White.
have put you off.
Come on now, tell me about it.
That's it. That's about it.
So did she like the train?
Yeah, she was. She was happy she got to see me enjoy.
Me love you long, Tim.
She was happy she got to see you enjoy yourself on the train.
That's sweet.
Yeah, that is nice.
Cam, that's really sweet.
That you want a person that's going to do that. Like be
This
happy
isn't
when
your
you're
mom,
happy.
is it? I'm just asking. It's like he invited a woman that he knows from home. She was super happy to see him enjoy himself.
Wait, stop. This is awesome. Wait a minute. Wait, I want to hear
Yeah,
more.
but this is what guys do.
Wait a minute.
No, this is what happens when I've been gone this long.
No, the people that I don't like think that I'm a really nice person. And the people that I do like think I'm the biggest asshole that's ever walked the face of the planet.
What if we think you're somewhere in between?
We don't know.
Well,
really
then,
yet.
you know, we're decent acquaintances.
We're what do they call that?
Maybe you'll have to
Mesomal or
bring
something.
Ken on so you can get more.
What?
We might have to.
Ken? Bring your Ken on?
No. Bring
Lord.
Ken on. He's the one that.
Ken. Oh. Well, he witnessed
We just
it.
had Ken on, yeah.
Yeah.
Long time. Me love you a long time.
No, we had Ken on a while ago, but he told us. He said, "Hey, guess who I saw with a lovely young lady?
Oh boy.
What's her name?
I'm not.
No, just her first name. Damn it.
Kind of
Damn
bad
it.
with names.
What's her first name? Just tell us her first name.
Janelle.
No, you just made that
You just
up.
made
That's
it.
like
You just
the
making
worst
that shit up.
lie in the world. That or she's gonna never talk to you again. You either forgot her name or that was the worst lie in the whole
No,
entire
that
world.
is her name.
I couldn't even see your face, and I knew
You
that
went
was
like
a
this.
lie.
You went, Janelle. Come on,
Forgive me on the name. I have a hard time with names sometimes. Otterspan Broderson.
Her name is Otterson Broderson.
You're going to forgive me on the name.
I know, you already said that. All right, go ahead, Kev. Go ahead.
Honest, that is her name.
Okay.
All right.
All joking aside, I'm
I
like
assure you, we
ecstatic
don't
for you.
know
I
her.
am so happy.
We are happy. Is anybody else happy?
Hi, this is Bo Brinkman.
Oh, Bo Brinkman's happy. All right, so you and what? I'm sorry. What was the name?
Janelle.
Oh, Cameron. All right, so you and Janelle.
Uh-oh. Someone's doing some investigating reporting.
Oh. Do we have a link to her Facebook page? Well, look at this little cutie.
Oh, what happened here? Hey, why did I not see this?
Is that her? That's her.
Oh, let me see, dog.
Oh, it's
let me
her.
see.
I can tell by the look in his eye. Oh boy.
How who looked it up?
Oh.
Good for you, bud.
I didn't go to school for nothing.
It says on her.
She's a defense attorney, for Christ's sake.
It says on her what do you call it, profile, in a relationship with Cameron Mallow.
Is it really?
Oh, she's sweet. I hope this is her because she's a cute girl. This
Man,
would be
I was going to say,
nice.
it's Facebook official.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Well, good, Cam.
me
We're
guess.
happy for you. This is a good thing. Why are you shy? Don't be shy.
No.
We're not going to hunt her down.
Awesome.
Jesus.
Get a little
None
closer.
of us want to go to.
Don't
None
be
of us
shy.
want to go to West Virginia.
Yeah, we're not going to that wedding. Although I would go to the wedding out there if he's going to have it out there because I want to see him wheel her in a wheelbarrow. 'Cause
Yeah,
apparently
that's a thing.
that's what
I
they
guess
do
so.
there. That's what they do.
Equivalent of
And
carrying
somehow
someone
it's
over the
baffling that I
threshold.
didn't wheel Katie out of there in a wheelbarrow.
Did your husband wheel you over the threshold last night? How was your you're winning now. Well, he tried to wheel me over the threshold, but the wheelbarrow was just too wide for the door. So he had to just dump me.
We had that ceremonial Mountain Dew toast there towards the end. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, boy. All right, no, all right. Well, let's get off the subject then if it bothers you.
Okay, for a couple.
Yeah.
No, I can't let this go.
Oh.
So you don't just ask a random person out of like left field, hey, you want to go away with me for the weekend? This is like something.
Well,
that's
actually, I did that. I did that.
Not about you. We're talking about like pure and clean Cam here. We're talking about this is
true.
You kept a relationship from us. This is very heartbreaking.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna side with her. I am a little bit offended that none of us knew this. We had to find out about it through Ken.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not at all surprised. I would keep it from us too.
I didn't say I was surprised. No,
just hurt.
I didn't say I was surprised. I'm just offended. Hurt is the better word. Yeah.
You hit the nail on the head.
Thank you.
Well, we're happy for you, Cam. I hope you had a nice weekend. I've seen some of the pictures on Facebook with you in the...
I know.
What's it called? Not caboose. What do you call it? Engine. Right?
Engine.
Okay.
Now, you seem very uncomfortable by this conversation. You want us to move on from it? We'll move on from it.
Tell us something fun from high school.
Well, yeah, believe me, how about this? Tell us about when you were homecoming king.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my.
Let's hear this story. Set us up. Go ahead. We'll give you the floor.
How in the world did this story come up?
Pardon?
How in the world did this story come up?
Probably at Montezuma's.
Last time you came in here, you were like rattling off. Remember? And I wrote them on Post-its because you were rattling off all these stories. See, I don't think people understand when Cam comes in. Like, I'll be sitting there working, and then he'll come in, and he'll be like, hi, how you doing? And then he'll start telling me all these stories about, in high school, this happened, and back in West Virginia, this old lady lives in a shoe, and then all this other stuff that...
She had so many kids, she didn't know what to do.
And she just had her 18th one. How many kids do you think you're going to need, you living in a shoe? You know, like that type of stuff. And...
It was a right big shoe.
Yeah, it's a huge shoe. And... So I give up on trying to finish my work because he doesn't see and put two and two together that I'm working, and you say, oh, I won't disturb you. He just goes. So I get my Post-its out and I take notes. And then I go, next time he comes in, I'm going to ask him questions. This is what a good host does, Cameron. So tell us about when you were homecoming king.
Boy, you're going way back up in my archives now.
Hold up.
I'm not going up in your anything.
I'm sorry. I was not paying attention to anything that was going on. Did you just say Cameron was at one point the homecoming?
Yes.
Yes.
Fuck a duck.
All right, so go ahead. Tell me about it.
Tell it quick, and then we got to go to break.
Senior year 2019.
Senior year 2000.
Senior year in 2009.
Okay, that makes more sense. Like you're 30 years old. That was like
How
3
many
years
times
ago.
did we do a senior year?
This was my 9th senior year.
Gotta stay till you get homecoming king. Duh.
And I ain't a quitter. And I'm going to stay till I become homecoming king. Screw the football players.
Proceed, Cameron.
Go ahead.
And,
Bitch.
It's not me. Stop looking at me like I'm the one doing it. He's the one doing it.
Say my name.
All right, go.
Walter White.
I went to the dance that night, and...
You're goddamn right.
Go ahead.
Carry on.
Eric was right.
And I was just enjoying hanging out with friends, talking about stuff going on locally and
At homecoming.
well at school and everything. And it was at the dance, and I had a couple friends come and said, "Hey, everybody's putting your name in for king." I went, "Yeah, right, not me."
It was a joke.
I thought it was. I thought they were pulling one. I said, "Why are they going to be? You deserve it." Because Moorfield at the time, back then, they kind of had... In those days, they would kind of go after your underdogs.
Oh, they're going to say underwear.
The kids...
And they give you a wedgie.
No.
But they run it up the flag.
Didn't they, though? Didn't you get a wedgie?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
So then I got crowned homecoming king.
So everybody's... Well, no, so hold on a second. You said that Moorfield, they go after the underdogs, or they support the underdogs.
Yeah.
So you're saying you were an underdog?
Yeah.
Oh, Cameron.
Oh.
Tell us, what do you mean by that?
I don't know how to really explain it. Just, like one of the kids that they think deserves something like that. So
Nice.
Shockingly, I got made king that night.
That's awesome. We have to see pictures.
I mean, I kind of. This is making me sad.
Were you in a suit? Because you were at a dance, right?
Hang on, let me check Facebook.
There's no way I'm pulling out my yearbook because there is a photo that night in my yearbook.
No, wait, but hold on.
No worries,
Let's go
Cam.
back
I'll
to this
find it on
underdog
Facebook.
thing. What?
Don't you dare start going through my Facebook photos.
Too late.
Shit.
Oh, wait. Oh! What did he say?
I said shoot.
Shoot.
That's not what she sounded like there at all.
I'm going to listen to that isolated track later.
Do we have playback on that one? Yeah.
I know we don't, but I'm going to listen later. You better believe
Instant
it.
replay.
No. There's also a few other photos of me from that week at homecoming. I know floating around, so if you got your hands on them, I wouldn't hear the end of it.
Geoff even said Cam swore. I think you might have let it slip, bud.
I think he said it.
I
Yeah.
don't know. No, I didn't.
Now, I'll give you this. You might have at the last minute changed the T to a P and said ship. But I'm pretty.
shoot.
You wanted to curse. Let's put it that way. You wanted to curse.
And nobody here blames you either.
Yeah, exactly. Did you hear what Eric said before? He said the F word twice.
I say it all the time.
And we have children watching.
Do we?
Well, not
Geoff.
anymore. Yeah, Geoff. Sarah's child is watching. Sarah's man-child is watching. Sarah, call me. I love you.
I know there's a photo of me floating around. I'm kind of shocked you actually remembered to bring it up since I'm going home next week for our home.
For another homecoming. For Janelle.
You can be honest.
I'm going home for the homecoming game next
Are you
week.
going to hang out with Janelle?
I'm not giving you all the lowdown.
I'm not going to see it.
Oh, snap.
Why? Whatever.
Like, I don't need to know where you have reservations at.
Yeah, really.
Let's make it clear that was not a denial.
No.
No, it wasn't. So it definitely is.
So, Cameron, I don't mean to dwell on this, but I got to pull you back though for a second. Before you said that you were the underdog, and that's why they voted you homecoming king.
I guess back then it was like I wasn't one of the most popular kids, and so they kind of like.
Were any of us?
Yeah,
I was.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so that guy was. The rest of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it took like 25 years.
But I never got voted homecoming king.
I didn't expect it. I didn't ask for it. There was
So you weren't running for election.
no. It was no running for it. They just
So they felt sorry for you.
no. They didn't. They just wanted to give
Cameron,
it to
think
me.
back. Think back.
I'm thinking back.
Matthew.
And they felt sorry for you.
Matthew.
What? What happened?
Bringing you back.
Bringing you
Thank
back.
you.
Let's bring you back.
I'm just saying. That's kind of like how I was back then.
And
Josh Pickett also says you cussed.
I
Just throw that out there.
who was your date?
didn't have a date that year.
What?
Don't
Really?
worry. I don't go. I never went.
To where?
Like homecoming,
Oh.
prom. I actually, no, that's not true.
No, you
I
went.
did go to somebody else's prom once.
Yeah.
No. They weren't good. Oh, look at those red lights, man.
I did. Yeah, thank you. Actually, for once, I'm happy for him.
All right. Well, listen, there's so much more to get to here, ladies and gentlemen, on the show. We've got tons of things to talk about and more with Cameron Mallow and 6 Questions Lentz. But in the meantime, it is time to take a break. Listen, this is how we pay the bills here at the Gettysburg Tour Studio. So we'll be right back, and so will you. Stick around.
Have something to add to the conversation? Give us a call at 717-420-1978 and get in the queue.
Well, the 2021 season is over, but that doesn't mean you can't get a jump on next season. In fact, Getty's Bike Tours will reward those who do so with a 15% discount. All you got to do is book a tour for 2 people or more between now and March 31st of 2022, and you'll receive 15% off your tour. So call 717-752-7752 and book today. Discount only applies to tours. Experience the magic of Christmas in Gettysburg. Stroll decorated streets on a festive walking food tour highlighting the sights, sounds, and unique tastes of this historic town. Enjoy stops at some of the best eateries, all while learning fascinating facts about early Christmas traditions. Admire the glittering lights, decorated storefronts, and our grand 30-foot Christmas tree in Lincoln Square, all adding to the ambiance of the most wonderful time of the year. Get started on Christmas shopping for your loved ones as we visit a few downtown stores that offer one-of-a-kind Christmas gifts. A perfect opportunity for any last-minute gift hunting you need to get done. Enjoy a private holiday tour through the Shriver House with dessert in the Shriver Saloon. This special tour will transport you back in time to Christmases of yesteryear. So make a new Christmas tradition with your family and friends. The Christmas Tastes and Traditions food tour promises to be delicious, delightful, and decidedly local. Go to SavorGettysburgFoodTours.com and book your tour today. That's SavorGettysburgFoodTours.com. Our favorite bookstore in Gettysburg is For the Historian, located at 42 York Street. Isn't it, Eric?
You're darn tootin', Matt.
It's because they have the best selection of Civil War books in Gettysburg, both new and used, and online they have even more books to choose from.
But Matthew, what if the Civil War is simply not my thing?
Not a problem, my fine four-fendered friend. This is For the Historian, after all. They cover history from the ancient world to the 21st century with a strong selection of World War II and American Revolution books.
It's astounding how they squeeze thousands of titles from Osprey, Savas Beatty, UNC Press, and more into their store.
And it's also astounding how you and I both squeeze into our pants every day. Well, handsome, they have a warehouse too, and that's where they keep all those books that are available online at forthehistorian.com. And folks, if you go to forthehistorian.com now and order books until you're blue in the face, be sure you mention that you heard about them on Addressing Gettysburg in the Note to Seller box, and they will refund your shipping costs.
What if I prefer to browse in the store and don't want to go online to get my books?
Great question, Doodlebug. Just mention Addressing Gettysburg at checkout, and they'll take 20% off the retail price of your item. So go to forthehistorian.com, stop by 42 York Street, or call 717-685-5207. That's forthehistorian.com or 717-685-5207.
Need a Corps badge or other insignia for your uniform? Then check out the Badge Maker. Here's what some of his satisfied customers had to say. Miranda said, I ordered an identification disc from Joe and it's fantastic. He hand stamped it exactly as I wanted. It has a great rough on-campaign feel to it and was reasonably priced to boot. Greg said, my unit has purchased from him in the past. Quality badges and good service. And Jerry S. says, the Badge Maker is the go-to place for accurate replica Civil War badges. Visit CivilWarCorpsBadges.com and attach a message with your order saying you heard about him on Addressing Gettysburg.
Audiobook narrator Mike Scott. When selecting your next audiobook, choose from some of the great titles narrated by audiobook narrator Mike Scott, like Bloody Autumn, the Shenandoah Valley Campaign of 1864. If you're an author or publisher interested in having your written works produced as audiobooks, give Mike a shout at MikeScottVoice.com. Mike Scott, the voice of history. And Civil War Trails. It's the world's largest open-air museum, and they offer over 1,300 sites across 6 states. Drive the Gettysburg campaign turn by turn, paddle to Frederick Douglass's birthplace, or hike to remote earthworks and artillery positions. Visit civilwartrails.org to request a brochure and explore their interactive map. Follow Civil War Trails and create some history of your own.
Are you planning on spending some time in Gettysburg soon? Well, you should, so check out GettysburgBattlefieldTours.com as your source for things to do. Tickets are available for exclusive experiences such as the Sunset Double-Decker Battlefield Tour, Adams County Port Tour Shuttle, and Discoveries Beyond Gettysburg. For details, follow them on Facebook or visit GettysburgBattlefieldTours.com.
Gettysburg, a Nation Divided mobile app is relaunching this summer. Gettysburg, a Nation Divided is an award-winning mixed reality mobile application using augmented reality technology. It transports users into the most crucial moments in the Battle of Gettysburg, the turning point of the Civil War. Users can listen and watch historic figures share their stories as lifelike animated avatars, traverse 360-degree image sequences of the battlefield. Its cinematic battle sequences are narrated by actor Scott Eastwood. The mobile app is available for free on iOS and Android. It's designed to be used anywhere, at home, at school, at the park, or at Gettysburg National Military Park. It uses GPS to help guide you through your journey to see the stories and events unfold at the exact location where they occurred. So go into your phone's app store and get it now for free. That's Gettysburg, a Nation Divided.
What's up, everybody? It's Pat McGuire, co-host of the History Things podcast. Co-host Matt Borders and I offer a fresh new podcast taking on some of the most famous as well as some of the most unheard of stories from U.S. and world history. Always conversational and approachable, we take the deep dives that you want into history, as well as exploring the rabbit holes that you didn't even ask us to. New episodes every quarter with follow-up episodes roughly 30 to 40 days afterwards. Download the History Things podcast on most major podcast apps, including Apple Podcast, Google Play, Spotify, and by asking your Amazon Alexa smart device to play the History Things podcast. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at the History Things podcast. As always, thanks for listening. Now back to the show.
Want to be on the show? Send an email to info@addressinggettysburg.com. Be sure to include the reason why you think you'd make a good guest when you write us.
All right. Didn't your high school go on strike once too, Cameron? Is that true? Yeah. How did that happen?
I think it was over a photo in a yearbook. That was taken the year of my last year in junior high.
Okay, and they didn't like the way you looked in the photo, and everybody striked.
Here we go again.
Well, what was the?
It was a photo that was put in the yearbook. I don't know.
Was it insensitive?
I don't know who didn't like it. If it was parents or somebody, but it ended up being published in the yearbook. And my freshman year, the whole school, all the students, majority of the students in the school walked out.
And then how did you find out about that?
I ended up in class all by myself sitting with the teacher, and I looked at him and said, "What's going on? Why there's no students in the classroom?"
Oh my God.
Unmute me!
Oh, that wasn't even the board. That was real.
That's funny, right?
Unmute me!
Listen to me, you whining little whelp.
Okay, Eric, yes, you'd like to speak?
No, we're fine. Keep going.
I don't even know what we were talking about.
Grabbed and pulled and hurt my neck.
We were talking about how Cam didn't get the memo, and his whole school went on strike except for him.
He's sitting in class. That's
Cam
right.
was a scab.
Yeah, he was.
Remember the Christmas story where Flick's outside with his tongue stuck to the pole, and everybody's like, it's just, I think it's just Ralphie, and then the other one's sitting there like, that's what I envisioned. Just Cam sitting at his desk, and everybody else is like either at the windows or out or whatever.
I just picture Cam like walking through the hallways and like tumbleweed is blowing across his path.
See, our hallways in the old high school was so narrow before they built the new one.
Right.
That I would always...
Because they were mine shafts.
No. So I would go through the back parking lot up to our other side of the schoolhouse.
Okay.
It was in the shape of a backwards C.
It was in the shape of a fishhook.
It was in the shape
of a fish hook.
And so the quickest way, instead of fighting through the narrow hallway, because I had to go all the way up to the other side of the school, would be to go through the back parking lot. And I got back there and would open the door and then go down the hall a few feet and
Right, I'm listening.
and go into the school
Right.
and go into the classroom.
But nobody else was in the hallway.
Well, they were kids running, going, but I didn't pay attention.
The other way.
Pandemonium. And Cam's like, I'm just going to class, guys.
Yeah.
Where are you all going?
I didn't pay attention.
Homeroom this away.
And then I get up, I get my class, a tardy bell ring, nobody's in there.
And so then you ask the teacher. You say to the teacher,
I said, is there assembly or something going on? He says, no, all the students are on strike. I went, strike? What? He says, follow me. We walk up.
Here's your lesson for the day.
Walk up to the front of the school, on the doors, and looked out on the sidewalk, and the whole front of the school on the sidewalk. All the kids are.
What was it? It was a picture of you?
No.
I thought they were like, okay, what was the picture? Do you remember what the picture was?
I never really seen it.
Okay.
Maybe
Well, you
one.
can't see it because it's too small.
Oh my God, that's perfect.
Okay, stop, Cameron. Enough already.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you very much for that enlightening story.
But
there's more. Okay.
No, the best part is I got 100 points on the test grade for showing up to class.
Well, there you go. And you didn't even have to take the test, right?
No.
You didn't have to prove that you knew it. You just showed up.
I just showed up.
So that's what they call scab. That's right. Hey, man. People got mouths to feed, you know? They're striking for a reason.
He didn't even have the audacity to walk through the strike line. He went back. He went through the back parking lot.
There's all this like bedlam going on out front, and he's just like walking to the back. I just really like my new book bag and my trapper keeper. Did you have a trapper keeper back in those days? Was that a thing?
I had a trapper keeper.
Yeah, me too.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
Mine had like baseball stuff in it, like how you lay out a diamond, like all the.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh, that's clever.
I had a high-speed trapper keeper.
I don't remember my trapper keepers, like what they had on them, but I remember they had that clear plastic, like.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with whatever the picture was underneath it and stuff. All right, well, let's do some listener emails here. We've got some hate mail, too, so we can all enjoy some of that. Matt, I'm a longtime listener and fan of your podcast. The Ask a Guide episodes are my favorite, but I'm really enjoying the new AGTODAY format. As someone who wishes they lived in Gettysburg, those shows help me feel connected to the area. I'm a police officer, and it's an enjoyable escape to feel like I'm listening to a Gettysburg local drive time show when I'm working on Fridays. That is exactly the idea behind this, so I'm glad you got
write
this.
That?
No, I swear to God, I didn't. I can show you the original. Keep up the great work you all are doing, Brian. Thank you, Brian. Here's another one. Matt and crew, I recently discovered your podcast via Amazon Music. I enjoy your content, so I decided to become a patron. I've been a Gettys nerd since my first visit in 2004. It's nice to know there's others as obsessed as I am. There are many others. Anthony Salem in Cleveland, Ohio. This guy here, I like this guy, though. I like the way he starts. What's up? Thanks for all the great content, Broseph. I'm just one of those Gettysburg freaks that loves hearing about the subject. I started listening to Hessler's podcast a couple of years ago, and then I found your stuff on YouTube. I love the style that you use. Tim Smith stuff cracks me up to no end. He fires that snark cannon all the time. You two play off each other well. So yeah, helping out with patrons seemed like a no-brainer. Thanks for all the hard work, Jarrett Faust. You're welcome, and thank you, Jarrett. Excuse me. Hi, Matt. I've always been an American Civil War enthusiast. About a year ago, I found a dress in Gettysburg. Love your podcast and the Ask a Guide episodes. I decided that it was finally time to make it official on Patreon. I have really enjoyed your episodes where you speak to authors and other experts throughout academia and various historical societies. Just started to get into the episodes with Veronica and Cam, which are also great. Keep up the great work. You do an amazing job. The best, Kyle. Matt, found your content on YouTube. I really enjoy the topics discussed that are related to the battle, especially the more obscure topics like Captain Johnston's scout of the Union left flank on July 2nd, or the less heralded like General Greene's brigade on Culp's Hill. Now that I have become a patron, I notice that there are episodes that I can find on YouTube and Apple podcasts that are not available to me on Patreon. Why would this be? This is a great question, and I'm going to take this opportunity to not only answer your question, but also answer other similar questions. There seems to be confusion for some people when they become patrons on how to actually listen on Patreon. There's several ways you can do it. One is there's a Patreon app. So you download the Patreon app, and you can follow the show on there. The other thing is to do it on your desktop or your laptop. Go to patreon.com and find the shows. The other way, if you have the Apple Podcast app, if you have an iPhone, you can take the RSS feed that you get when you join. You get an email, like a welcome email, and there's an RSS feed in there. You take that, you copy it, and you can add it to your Apple Podcast app, and you will be able to listen to it through there. So every time there's a new episode, you'll get a notification, et cetera, et cetera. The shows that are on Patreon are shows that are produced specifically for patrons. We believe that if you're going to support us with your dough, then you're going to get something extra that the freeloader or the people that listen for free are not getting. Because you're doing something a little extra and you're making it possible for us. So there you can find episodes that are not available on the free feed. The free feed stuff is always going to be on the free feed stuff. So I think to answer your question, and I didn't put the name in here. Oh, Kevin. Kevin, you've got to listen to the free stuff on free feed platforms, and then the Patreon stuff is on Patreon. I hope that made sense. Probably confused people even more. Hi, Matt. I found you on YouTube. Your podcast is fantastic, all caps. I love the Ask a Guide Gettysburg Guide episodes. I'm originally from Pittsburgh and have been studying the Civil War in Gettysburg since I was a kid. I have gained much knowledge since listening to the LBGs on the old Gettysburg Daily site, the American Battlefield Trust site, and now here at Addressing Gettysburg. Thank you for doing what you do, Jeffrey Jordan. And something, we always ask people, leave some 5-star reviews on Apple and everything. So we're going to read some of those right now. Jur80 wrote, ridiculous. These guys are fun. They're not too full of themselves like other podcasts, and they bring the info. iGavs, I don't know. Lively podcast. Enjoy this podcast on all things Gettysburg. It's fun, too. Matt is funny and informative. Keeps things moving along and light when it needs to be. Guests, great guests too. My favorites are Tim Smith and Gary Edelman. One of my favorite podcasts. The Serial Killer Next Door says, very nice, better than cocaine. I think that's actually another podcast. Little Feats says, refreshing. This podcast is a unique find in the world of online history. It really comes alive through the genuine inflection in the narration and the sound effects with enough pause to digest the action. The most colorful take on the history of Gettysburg I have found so far. I would recommend it for both adults and interested teens. Only complaint is the new episodes can't come fast enough. Oh, well, that is very nice of you. Thank you, Little Feats. And now, Eric's favorite portion of the show.
If you could see the look on my face, you would know that I hate you.
How dare you?
Everything is wrong.
I'm afraid.
Blah, blah, blah.
No. Oh. I hate you guys. Goodbye.
Hi, this is Bo Brinkman.
Stop! No! God! No! God, please, no! 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 Shut up!
Me love you long, Tim.
Please stop ruining history. All my life.
Zabawa?
Why would you want to be a cheerleader, Steve Martin?
Okay. All right. I'm going to have to shorten that. But this is the hate mail section, ladies and gentlemen. And these are from our Apple reviews. And these are some of my favorites.
Oh, God.
I swear this person is related to me here, but let's see. Okay. This person says, what is that? Herodotus?
Is
that Herodotus?
Are they complaining about never being able to see your face?
No, not quite.
No, nobody would complain about that. No, I know. I'm trying to save people.
Okay.
He says, what you'd expect from a graduate from New Jersey public high school.
Yes.
I graduated private school, motherfucker. So I say, as one who went through mid-freshman to senior in Washington Township. Okay, well, first of all, Washington Township, New Jersey is like, okay. I say, as one who went through mid-freshman to senior in Washington Township, good-hearted, but basically a moron. Good representation of slack-jawed Yankees.
That's second to last.
Mom, I don't know how many times I have to tell you to stop commenting on my stuff.
Good representation of slack-jawed Yankees.
Yes.
That's interesting. I wonder how we got in trouble with that. I don't even remember saying anything weird in like the beginning.
All you have to do is make the slightest little joke about the South, and I'll bet you I know who that is. I'll bet you I know who that is because he's in New Jersey and he has a boner for us. Yep. I know exactly who that is.
You'll have to tell me afterwards.
Oh, I'll say it right now. Hold on, I'm going to mute the microphones.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
that little weenie weasel bastard.
Yeah,
yeah, that little Jacob.
What's the name? Like the username that he?
Herodotus.
Goddamn son of a bitch! You goddamn mean son of a bitch!
Say it faster.
You goddamn mean dirty son of a bitch!
What is that from?
Herodotus?
The Cowboys.
No,
the Cowboys.
Yeah, that's
Cowboys.
Yeah. Well, you know, John Wayne, he recruits a bunch of like children to move his cattle. It's interesting.
I just like the sound of a 12-year-old saying "son of a bitch" under his breath like that. Makes me laugh.
Herodotus.
Listen to me, you whining little whelp.
Was an ancient Greek writer, geographer, and historian born in the Greek city of Halicarnassus, part of the Persian Empire.
Also, Herodotus is Greek for liar. So
for what?
Greek for liar.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, that is true. That is true. By the way, I'm going to print this out and frame this because this is my favorite one.
It is a good one.
Yeah,
it is accurate.
Good-hearted, but basically a moron.
See, I don't think that is actually
good-hearted.
I don't think that is who you're thinking because he wouldn't even have put
good-hearted.
He wouldn't have put any reasonable kind of like even underhanded compliment. He wouldn't have.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I mean, you can't deny we're good-hearted. I mean, even if you hate us, you got to admit that.
But
you know,
if it's who I think you're thinking of,
I think
I know he
is.
wouldn't admit anything because he is so focused on one issue.
There's a word that begins with a C that aptly describes him.
Man.
Yeah, not man. That's an M.
4.8.
Well, because of that one. Well, it always fluctuates between that and 5. It's not a big deal. Yeah, anyway, hard. Okay, this one here. General Barlow. This is my favorite from last January. Yeah. Hard to listen. A good podcast if you want your Gettysburg talk interspersed with misogyny and disparagement of critical public health matters.
I remember.
You probably went on a tear about
No, I know what he's talking about.
We know exactly.
I know exactly what
First of all, that's not a he. That's not a he.
Oh, it's not?
That's a she.
Oh, fair enough.
If that's a he,
whatever.
Then there's something wrong with men these days.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, okay. But anyway, listen, I'm going to tell you what that was. I know exactly what that was. Because I remember what came out like right before that was put up there.
Yeah.
We had what was the topic? It was Willard's
Jerry
Brigade.
We were talking about Willard's Brigade.
Willard's Brigade.
And Jerry used to be
a viral thingagod.
A virologist.
A virologist or whatever.
He studied infectious diseases.
Yeah. Infectious diseases. And so I said to him, what do you think of all this mask bullshit? And he goes, it's bullshit. And I go, yeah, that's what I thought.
More or less.
Right. And then at the end, I don't want to say her name because, well, she was here. Susan Stramello was here, and she was just sitting there, kind of observing. And I said, Sue.
I think.
And I said, do you mind if I call you Sue or Susan? What do you prefer? She was Susan. I said, okay. I said, well, that's why I asked. I didn't know. And then Jerry said something like, or hun or honey or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And I
forgot about that.
I think that's the misogyny. And so Yeah,
we got in trouble.
So we got a 1 star and that review based on something our guests said. And here's another example of something of our guests getting us in trouble. This was a 3-star review.
Ooh.
Listen to now.
Well, at least they gave us
right
some.
in the middle, yeah.
But listen to this.
Middle of the road.
You're going to give a 3-star review, and you're going to say this: love the podcast overall, but when Tim and Jim are on, the speed at which they talk is extremely distracting.
Oh,
the 157th anniversary podcasts, especially. So overall, you love us, but overall, you're going to give us 3 stars because you can't keep up with Tim and
That was
Jim,
just that
who are on one
episode.
effing episode.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I remember reading that, yeah.
It's, you know...
Well, at least they didn't give us a 1-star review for that.
Yeah.
That was nice of them.
But at least it doesn't matter because these aren't the numbers that actually make a difference, so who cares? Man. I mean, it helps, but, you know. Hey, you know what I did the other day? I spoke to a senior class of AP history students.
Oh, Christ.
Oh, I know.
What?
I know.
Who made that mistake?
John, their teacher.
Oh,
their
my
teacher,
goodness.
John.
Oh, my God, the state of public education.
No, it was Catholic school.
Oh, God.
Out in Chicago.
Oh, want their money back.
Chicago. Yeah, it was like a Zoom thing, and I saw... he turned the camera around, and I was on this big screen in front of the classroom. It was really weird. But no, it was nice, and I think I sent you. Didn't I send you the? I thought I sent you the reviews the kids sent.
He sent them to me,
I
and I
sent them
just
to you?
didn't respond because I didn't want to like stoke his ego.
Well, now that I shaved my beard, I understand how he can't tell the two of us apart. So.
No, it's not stroke my ego. It's like, oh, good. The figurehead of the team that I'm on is getting these reviews. Maybe we should whore him out. God.
No.
I always surround myself with very small, fragile people who can't help.
He left me out.
He's calling me the fragile one.
Oh, please.
Oh.
Have you heard what's going on in Gettysburg? Well, Veronica Brzezinski, Esquire, has the scoop.
Grabbed and pulled and hurt my neck.
Information.
Okay, it's time for the news with Veronica Brzezinski, Esquire. And as we all know, there's a lot going on in the world. Well, first of all, look, the big news today, Alec Baldwin shot a woman.
And killed her.
Yeah.
And killed her.
Yeah, it's not funny. It's
not
really.
funny. Who's going to do Donald Trump on SNL now? Because he'll be in jail.
No, it was an accident.
It was an accident until we find out that Kim Basinger had something
Here's
to do with
the
it.
thing, though. Like, yeah, even though it's an accident, right? Like, you're still on the hook for that.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
Isn't that manslaughter?
know. I mean,
it's
if
the
you're
first
given
rule of
a
handling,
prop-
and it doesn't matter. It's the first rule of handling any firearm.
Well, these are actors. They don't
Check it to make
are
sure
they
it's
trained with
loaded.
that? Well, actually, the guy, the firearms handler should have been the one that does that.
If I hand you a gun,
I know
and
that.
I am very proficient with firearms.
I understand this, but
and
I'm
you
saying
don't check it, and you kill Veronica sitting across the desk from you.
Of
with
course, no, it's my fault. But I'm saying, on a movie set where you have airheaded actors who can't be bothered doing anything, right? Now, Will Smith, on one hand, I hear he has very good gun, what do you call it?
Keanu Reeves. My God,
Keanu
that
Reeves.
man is a wizard with guns.
Alec Baldwin, I think, is a little too busy being fabulous to worry about how to properly handle a gun. And not only that, but you've got people who are supposed to hand it to them. I don't know.
But it's not. This isn't even handling the gun. I mean, you just assume as the actor or actress,
of course,
that what you're being handed as a prop is just a prop. I mean, like, it's who would have ever thought?
Ugh.
Well, that happened. Like you actually mentioned back. What was it?
Brandon
the Crow
Lee,
or
The Crow.
Yeah, the Crow. Like that was a real bullet, and he got shot and killed. I mean,
Now, was it a real bullet or was
if
it?
it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck?
But
It's not a chicken.
But here's my thing, Eric.
How do you know?
I don't know.
What if it identifies as a
If you
chicken?
would look at a round, right? Like I'm
Sure.
not a trained marksman. I'm not even a trained gun.
There's
anything. Like, would you be able to tell that
Oh
it's,
my God,
it's
yeah.
live or it's
There's a
just
huge difference between blanks and
Oh
loaded
yeah,
ammunition.
and you could even just feel it in the weight of the
Blanks,
gun.
There's no bullet, and the whole end of the case is crimped. It's weird. It looks like a star pattern.
okay?
Yeah, it looks
So
like.
you have to open up, for example, like a revolver to see.
Yeah, you just
if
open the
those-
cylinder, you
Okay.
pull the rounds out, you look at them. Okay.
Wait, what do you mean
goes.
opening? Don't you just go like this and look?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, that's what I
No,
thought.
I'm saying like I don't know. Think about a
there are,
non-lethal
but like there's
thing.
there's
Like,
it's the fact of the matter is he didn't check something that he was given that could potentially, that looked like, smelled like, acted like, because it was, a real gun.
Yeah.
And he didn't check to make sure it was not loaded with live ammunition.
That's the thing. I don't even have they even like concluded that there actually was a projectile, because an expert was
you could
on
be
a
killed
different
from a
thing.
blank.
From a blank, right?
Yeah,
you
if
can
it's
like,
close
and that was
enough.
actually documented. There was a guy on another set that was joking around and he put it to his head.
I think that was Brandon Lee.
To kill somebody with a blank, right, without there being something already in the bore. Like if you had a bore obstruction, right, like you had a rock or something stuck in the barrel, and the blank is powerful enough to actually propel that out of the barrel, yeah, you could kill somebody that way. With just a blank, you have to be pretty close.
Like right up on him.
Real close.
Now, if it was a shot, because this was the cinematographer, and if it was a shot where he's shooting into the camera, they would have had like some kind of plexiglass or something. Something to protect the camera.
You would imagine so, yeah.
And so maybe now you don't aim it right at the lens. You're kind of a little bit off, and maybe it wasn't strong enough, and the blast from the blank broke it up and it went in there. Who knows? We'll find out, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, that sucks. But that's not the news that we're talking about, Veronica. We're talking about Gettysburg.
We have our own drama here in Gettysburg that we need to talk about.
Baby mama drama.
No. This so actually, I'm sure if you put any time on social media in the last day or two, you probably have already come across this, but there's a local organization called the Sergeant Mack Foundation, and they're kind of similar to what Wreaths Across America, if you're familiar with that organization. It's sort of the local branch. My understanding is the Sergeant Mack Foundation was established, I believe, in 2006 at Quantico by the parents of a young man that was killed in action over in Africa. When they went to visit his grave, they noticed a lot of graves were not marked with anything in terms of like holiday decorations. So they went, the parents that is, went and placed wreaths around the graves around their son as well. It was formalized into an organization the next year, and then it was actually expanded in 2008 to Gettysburg. And Gettysburg, the Soldiers National Cemetery, has been the recipient of these wreaths based on the Sergeant Mack Foundation since 2008. Apparently, the person who's the Veteran Affairs coordinator that was going to be responsible for getting the permit again this year to not only lay the wreaths, but this is the important part. Part of what they did since 2008 here at Gettysburg was a ceremony on the rostrum prior to laying the wreaths. All right. The gentleman that went, his name is Stan Clark, the gentleman that went to apply for the permit this year, he said he received a call from staff at the National Park Service, which that in and of itself didn't cause any kind of concern to him because there's new staff. We know we have a new superintendent, fairly new, other people in different positions, so he didn't think much of it until they basically said, hey, we're sorry, this does not fall on one of the specific days where you or any organization can have a ceremony at the rostrum at the Soldiers National Ceremony, so you cannot have the ceremony. You're more than welcome to have it in one of our free speech zones like any other organization would be, and there were three options given. The Peace Light Memorial, which is several miles away, a couple miles away, right across the road from the entrance to the cemetery on like the grassy kind of hill, and then a little bit further down at Meade's headquarters on Tawnytown Road as well. And the Sergeant Mack Foundation basically said, if we can't do the ceremony, we're not going to lay the wreaths. So now there's no wreath laying here at Gettysburg National Military Park this year.
May I say, for that stupid rule, and also...
Yeah, I think you and I are going to disagree because they weren't...
Veronica is one of those people, or Eric.
Well, here's the thing.
Go ahead.
So if this is a rule that was on the books, according to the article and according to the spokesman from the National Park Service, I think his name is Jason Marks.
And the rule is what?
The rule is that per the superintendent's compendium, events can only be held on certain days at Gettysburg National Military Parks, the cemetery, Soldiers National Cemetery.
Okay, it's a cemetery.
The specific days are Armed Forces Day, Flag Day, the anniversary days of July 1st through 3rd, July 4th, August 23rd, the National POW MIA Day, Recognition Day, Dedication Day, Remembrance Day, and Pearl Harbor Day.
Okay, and what was the day that they wanted to do it on?
The first Friday in December.
And have they done it before?
They have done it before.
So precedent has been set that it's okay to do it before.
With the other superintendents who were not enforcing the... Apparently this rule has been on the books the whole time.
Did you pull that out of the CFR?
No.
Okay, so I read the CFR. And What I got out of it was those days that you listed are the days that they're essentially required to allow you to do it. However, it gives the superintendent the room to say, yes, you can do this other than these days, or no.
Right. So in other words, it is his discretion that this can be done. Do you have the actual language in front of you?
I tried pulling it up again and I can't find it.
Oh. Well, if you find it, just chime in. So, okay, so you think what? That he...
Well, this might not be the popular opinion, right?
Okay, all right.
But you have a new superintendent who apparently is a rules-based guy, which in and of itself, we've already heard the news when he first came that competitive races were going to be banned from the park. We've changed the hours of opening and closing of the park. Things have changed since his administration started.
Yeah.
So if he's going through the rules and he's applying them as written, according to this article, that they're saying that Jason Martz, the public spokesman for the Park Service, it was quoted as saying that the list of rules the park superintendent must follow are those days only, or the days that ceremonies are allowed. That's his interpretation of it. I have not read the actual language.
As a lawyer, let me ask you this. I always hear people say his interpretation of things. Like, when they write laws, do they purposely write them ambiguously so that nobody knows what the hell they mean?
Well, okay, so that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I didn't look at the compendium myself, so I don't know what it says.
Right.
The article in the local newspaper, The Times, that was where this all kind of started, and then it ran rampant on social media. The superintendent's spokesperson, or whatever, the National Park Service person's spokesman, says that the rules state blank on what I just read. So I don't know if that's I guess I'm giving leeway that that's his interpretation of what it states. I don't know if that's a verbatim passage from the compendium, or that's what he was quoted in the newspaper as saying that his understanding of the rules are.
I guess rules, laws, whatever. The bottom line is that the people love this place.
Right.
It is a special place to people.
Right.
And in the last year, the things that people enjoy about it have been curtailed. There is a magic to staying out here after dark, and not to find ghosts, but to just be out in that land in the dark, under the moonlight, in the quiet. There's something about that now we can't have again.
Right.
This thing here now on the other hand too, saying, well, if we can't do this thing, then they're not going to get any wreaths. Well, then okay, well, what is the purpose of you doing the wreaths?
That's kind
of
yeah.
Isn't it for the soldiers? You should be doing that anyway. You don't need to have a ceremony to
Right.
thump your chest and show off.
Because candidly, the devil's advocate argument on that is the folks that are volunteering and showing up to help place the wreaths, they probably already have an understanding of the sacrifice that is behind marking the grave. It's a nice rah-rah pep rally to say, hey, take a moment to read this name before you place the wreath and say a little prayer for him or her or whatever. But it's not necessary.
Remember.
And it's not that they're saying you can't do it. You just can't do it on the rostrum.
On the day they want to do it.
Right.
So could it be that there is a day that they can do it on the rostrum?
Pearl Harbor Day, maybe. I mean, right?
Well, why not? What's the difference? Yeah. I mean, they're not doing it on Remembrance Day.
I don't know why, and that's one of the days. I mean,
but I'm sure there's already something going on that day. Yeah.
But arguably, that's
you couldn't leave them out on the graves that long, anyways.
Why?
Because if you're going to put out Christmas wreaths on November 19th.
Oh, they'll be they're going to be brown, and B, there's no way the Park Service is going to allow you to leave decorations out all that long
on the graves for a month and a half.
Well, remember when we did the flags? Mm-hmm. You were there, Veronica. You and Kath, right?
No.
Yes, you were.
No. I think I had to work or something. There was something I couldn't get there in time.
Yeah. Weren't you there to take them out then?
No.
Cam, you were there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember when we did the flags? Pull up to the microphone. Remember? Okay, so you, me, and Eric, we were out there doing the flags, right?
Yeah.
For July 4th, I think that was. No ceremony. There might have been a newspaper reporter there. I didn't see them. But everybody was just quiet and I would say humbled to do that, and that was it. We didn't need a big ceremony to say we're so wonderful because we love our soldiers and whatever.
I don't think that's the point of the ceremony.
I think that's what if you're saying, Eric, if you're saying if I can't do it on the day I want to do it, then the soldiers don't get wreaths, period, then you're telling me
Can I just add
that
this
you're
too?
not interested in the cause. Go ahead.
This little snippet is not part of the article, and I can't confirm or deny this personally. But some of the social media accounts from folks that were signed up to help do this, apparently they meet, as has been tradition, they meet at Giant. They actually put together the bows on the wreaths, and then they transport them to the cemetery. Apparently, that money has already been raised, and the wreaths are purchased this year. So it's even more of a big F you, we're not doing it because we can't do it exactly the way we want to do it.
So people have donated money.
Apparently.
And the wreaths are
that's from a social media
purchased.
account.
Yes.
I can't, but I'm assuming the woman that posted that has probably some insight. Because to do it, you can't just start like the week before planning this, right? It's the first Friday in December. That's only 5 weeks away.
Right.
So I would assume there was already, the article says that the organization is basically just going to focus all their attention on Quantico this year. So maybe they're taking extra wreaths down there now. And people are being encouraged to still show up at Giant that morning, I guess December 2nd, to help assemble the wreaths. But in terms of Gettysburg, unless something changes between now and December, either from the Sergeant Mack Foundation or the National Park Service somehow making a exception or some kind of compromise, it doesn't look like it's happening.
Let's be honest.
All right, let's do that.
We have absolutely no idea what that correspondence looked like or sounded like.
Which one?
No idea.
Well, apparently it was an application.
Between the people who...
Oh, from the park, he means.
Yeah.
The application I get, that's just a standard federal form.
Right.
Whatever correspondence took place outside of that, we have no idea what that looked or sounded like.
That's true. It's a his word against his word type of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's kind of irrelevant.
And you know what?
We speculate about this stuff all we want to, but none of us has any idea if the people involved in this ceremony are interested in, inflating their own egos by doing this, or if they're genuinely upset that
both.
They're not allowed to do that.
I think you get a little bit of both there, yeah. All right, I'm going to modify my initial car crash and boo. I just don't like the idea that there just seems to be an overall damping down of enthusiasm from the federal government on every level for anybody that loves their country, number one. And this just goes in with that. Number two, I don't think I totally disagree now. I think I'm more with you. If there are certain days that they're allowed to do these things and this person is requesting a day that is not in that...
I still disagree.
Hold on, wait, I haven't finished. Let me finish. And if this person is requesting something outside of that and then throwing a fit and saying... Well, if I can't have this weird day that I want that's outside of your purview, then, F it all, and it's all, I'm tearing it all down with me. Okay, I don't think that's right. And, if there is a certain amount of time this is allowed, then do it within that realm or within that parameter, and then... Or not.
The other thing is,
but you can't get mad at them for not.
Cemetery. They did the National Park Service, even according to Stan Clark. They were offered 3 other locations. And again, this is a stretch because it's what we call the free speech
that's
zones.
another thing.
But here's again the devil's advocate argument. If you let, I don't think there are very many people that would say this is not an appropriate ceremony, right? But
I can't think of a single human being that would say it's inappropriate.
Okay, but what happens next time when somebody else applies and maybe there's 10 people that think that particular ceremony is inappropriate, and then the next time that there's 100 people that think that's if you bend the rules for certain now you're just opening the floodgates to another repeat of like July 4th where you had people just walking all over.
I get that, but it's still left to the discretion of the superintendent to allow or disallow.
And he disallowed. And then Sergeant Mack said, well, then fine. F you, we're not doing it, period.
And maybe the reason why they're not doing it at all is to create enough
backlash,
feedback from the community at large to try to change this.
Well, from what I hear...
Because let's face the music. This has been going on since 2007 here?
8, I think. Yeah.
So for 3 other superintendents and over a decade, and now it's a problem.
Well, only one of those supers was permanent.
What is the problem? Other than the fact that that it's on one of the dates that isn't in the CFR, okay. Other than that, what's the beef? Like, what's the problem?
From whose perspective?
From the park's perspective. Other than that, other than it not being on one of the dates that's required by the CFR, what is the issue?
That's the problem. I mean, that
there
if he's
isn't one,
reading
which
it-
means it's an arbitrary decision based off of a rule that can be changed by the superintendent himself.
Mike, you look like you're
anyways,
itching to say.
Well, and I think I'm not sure that that's necessarily.
Before I
an
get
I mean,
myself in
I
trouble
think
with the
someone
Park
someone on one of the retired National Park Service employees on social media, obviously he's not speaking in the capacity of National Park
Sure.
Service anymore, but he pointed out there is a procedure to actually go through to try to get the compendium amended. Which,
Yeah.
if you remember,
Sure.
when this new superintendent came, there was a period of like you could put your input and everything, and they supposedly collected all of those responses, and then they made their decisions about the hours and the competitive races and this and that, blah 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 blah. Right.
You believe that?
So
okay.
well, but at least it's just like
find out
local. It's just like a
after it's
local
over.
council
I
hearing.
know, they
just
don't
because
care.
you don't like something, you can't expect an automatic change. There's a process to
Sure.
get that change, but it's sure as hell not going to happen in 5
Well, no,
weeks.
but
That's
just
the issue.
like with your local council, the public comment is simply symbolic. Like they've made up their mind long before they ever let you speak.
I understood the competitive races thing.
Yeah, that's horrible.
I totally understood that. There were porta-johns all over the battlefield. People left paper cups all over the place. There was a ton of trash. I get that.
Yeah.
Cool. Not a problem. I understand, even though I don't much care for it, the hours change. I get it. Like, we've
I
had
don't
this
get that
conversation
still.
before, and I'm not going to
Here's
do
why
it
I don't
right
get
now.
that. But real quick though, the reason I don't get that is because the answers they give for it are all BS, and anybody can poke a hole in them.
That's fine, but we've discussed
Yes.
what we believe the real reason is, and I understand it.
Okay.
I do. But this one's baffling to me.
So you're saying you disagree with us. So why do you
yeah,
disagree?
I thought I made it perfectly clear, but okay. I cannot see a single valid reason outside of the fact that it's not within the CFR to disallow this.
Let me just play complete
Because I've never
extreme
heard-
devil's advocate.
Go ahead.
They were planning on this year. I'm sorry. Let me go back. In 2019, they did not do it last year. In 2019, they placed 1,619 wreaths at Gettysburg.
Mm-hmm.
What if the one person that's upset is the family the family whose relative maybe didn't get a wreath? So now you get someone complaining. It could be something as simple as that once you open the flood doors to there's some kind of pushback for something, now he has to explain why he was going outside of the rules. I think this is a pretty easy way to say,
So in other
sorry
words,
guys, this is the rules.
In
This is
other
what we
words,
can do for you.
if you
Either
can't
take it or
please
leave it.
everybody, then nobody gets to do anything.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't
Let's
agree
move
with
it
that,
on to
but I
something
believe
else.
that's possible. I mean,
I don't know.
I'm going to end up stepping on my own crank and be an outcast from the NPS. So let's move on.
Yeah,
to
no, I
something
know.
else.
We already are.
Pissed off about it.
we just ruined it for
listen,
ourselves.
I get a lot of people are understandably upset because by all outward appearances, there really should be no backlash about something like this. But I think it's a heck of a lot easier for him to point at a black and white piece of paper and say, these are the rules, I'm sorry.
I don't want to talk about this.
Yeah, no, I know. Not right, exactly.
All right, well, last time I was on the show like a month ago.
I pardon you. Do you remember that scene? I pardon you.
Is that from Brides?
Schindler's List.
Oh, geez. No, I never saw that.
Really?
Are you
I'm
serious?
Not a big movie
It's
person.
horrifying.
Oh, it's
but
on
a
Hulu
great
right
movie.
now, too.
Okay. I don't
They
have
got all
Hulu,
kinds of
though.
good
I don't have
movies.
Hulu.
Oh, you got to get it.
So my goal in ending the news
The
segments,
power is not in killing someone; it's in pardoning someone you could
forgiving
kill.
someone. Yeah.
That's That's my point.
Yeah,
Okay.
Gotcha.
Go ahead, Mike Lentz. You wanted to say something real quick.
No, for me, I don't want to toss gasoline on the fire. So
Okay.
let's just move on from this.
All right, go ahead. So Veronica,
my goal,
yeah.
My goal was to finish out at least the news segment with something positive.
Good, please do.
That's going to be my thing. Hopefully, I can do this every week.
Yay.
So this week we got 2 positive things, and it might just be a reflection on the fact that I haven't been here for a month. So if you all remember back several weeks ago, I personally was a little bit upset because friends of mine, Ted and Susie Hurt. Ted is a licensed town guide.
Yes.
Their wooden bench
Yes, did they get
was
it?
stolen. They didn't get it back.
Oh.
However, the shining light of this particular story and the happy conclusion is they do have another replacement bench, and it was actually so where they live, since they announced their address on the social media outlets and everything. I don't think this is a secret, but where they live on Baltimore is almost directly across from the Maryland Sutler, very close to the Maryland Sutler. they've been neighbors for years, yada yada. The Maryland Sutler owner, and I apologize that I don't remember his name, but he got
John Bucheister.
Thank you. He went and spoke with Marty Mummert, who produced the bench in the first place, and they went ahead and reproduced a replacement bench, and they actually surprised the Hertz with that replacement. So
that's nice.
Very, very, very nice news about the community coming together. And in that vein, again, there's another good story that just made the news this week. If you remember, I was harping on the Bag the Bounty non-perishable food and personal hygiene items that are being collected. And there's still time if you personally want to donate till October 29th is the last day of collection. But there was a gentleman, his name is Ed Click. He was pictured in the local Gettysburg Times on October 20th with 3 cartfuls of non-perishable food. Apparently last year he donated more than $500 worth of food to Bag the Bounty, and this year he wanted to up that, and he did. He met his goal of upping the $500 donation to the equivalent of $620 single-handedly. Apparently, I want to read this word for word. I don't want to misspeak, because Mr. Click apparently has suffered some recent losses in his family. He lost his wife recently, and he apparently had some other illnesses himself. And he is dedicating this year's donation to John, Erica, and Austin Maddox, Kim Bixler Smith, her husband John, and their puppy dog Buddy, Melissa Click, and MJ Duffy, because, quote, I want to honor the people who have honored me and kept me going since the loss of my wife and falling ill. I wouldn't be standing here if it weren't for them.
Very nice.
Yeah,
very,
very,
nice.
very. And again, if anybody listening is in town, or you just want to drop off some non-perishables or some personal hygiene items, you can do that at the Kenny's, at the Adams County Bank locations, at the Gettysburg Times, out on Fairfield Road,
Seminary
the
Ridge,
libraries. I don't know about that one yet.
Because they're doing something for it in the beginning of November, I think. They're doing a fundraiser or something.
I think, so that's the Giving Spree. So November 5th is the Giving Spree. There's like 95 different non-profit or charitable organizations that you can donate to. They're looking, that's a goal. It's a couple weeks from now, so if you have a couple extra bucks in your pocket, you can go and donate directly to your favorite organization, or you can go to the Gettysburg Times in person and make a donation, and there are some matching funds and stuff. Last year, I think they actually raised $2.14 million. They're looking to actually up that.
Really?
Yeah. But 95 organizations. I mean, everything from the Community Food Bank to, women's shelters to the ASPCA to the farmers market. Remember, we had Reza on, and he explained that they not only match like the funding for low-income folks, they double it at the local farmers market, and all that kind of stuff comes from donations like this. So if you're in town, either for Bag the Bounty, drop off the physical products, or if you're in town on November 5th specifically, you can make a donation of money that day. So
very nice.
Yeah.
All right. So that was the good news.
Yeah, that's the good news. Then we have a few events
coming up this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Live this weekend where the action is.
Veronica, wow, she's got her this weekend coming up. We're going to do something tomorrow together.
Yes, that's
what is that?
One of the events is the grand reopening of the Cashtown Inn.
Yes, very nice.
So pretty exciting. And actually, it's going to be pretty much an all-day celebration from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. The Cashtown Inn is located in Ortana, Pennsylvania. Believe it or not, it's not technically Cashtown. But the address is 1325 Old Route 30. Historic inn. The Confederates used it on, I believe, the way into town. And there are new owners. We talked about that a couple shows ago. And they are going to have all kinds of fun stuff tomorrow to celebrate the grand reopening. So if you can make it out, there's going to be everything from free tours, which is pretty cool. There's a basement apparently with a free running spring in there and everything. And there's going to be food to eat and all kinds of other good activities. So if you're in town, go congratulate them on the grand reopening, and hopefully that's pretty much been a staple around this area. So it's nice to see that back open and wish them well. Also tomorrow there's another vintage and antique outdoor market at the outlet shops.
Oh, yes.
That's
very
from
nice.
8 a.m. to 2 p.m. This is a little bit of a reminder. The farmers market, this is the next to last weekend. They're only running through October. So if you're going to get your fresh veggies, you got 2 more chances, including tomorrow. if you're planning if you want to do something kind of outdoorsy on the 23rd, I think I mentioned this to you, Matt, the Adams County Historical Society is doing a battlefield walking tour across the Harmon and Herbst farms.
Yes.
So it's kind of an unusual, kind of like obscure place that a lot of people don't go. And Andrew Dalton and Larry Korzik are going to be sponsoring that or leading that walk. There is a charge. If you're an Adams County Historical Society member, it's $15. If it's regular public, it's $25. But it's estimated to be a 2 to 3 hour walk. They have.
And do residents go free?
I don't think so. They have updated the
places
parking.
used to do that.
Yeah.
Residents could go free.
They're in the middle of a pretty big campaign to build a new.
I don't care. I don't care. Tradition is tradition.
New museum.
Okay.
But just real quick, if you are planning on going that and you didn't happen to see your email, there is a change of parking location and meeting location. Initially, it was going to be over by the old Herbst Farm parking lot, like the over by the old country club. They're changing that to Reynolds Avenue, coming off the Fairfield Road because they're expecting a lot of people for the tour.
Okay.
So that's at 1 o'clock on Saturday. And then just a real quick reminder, coming up in the near future, the Remembrance Day Parade is, in fact, scheduled for a go as of right now, November 20th at 1 p.m., something to maybe plan ahead for. And then as well as the Farmers Market, these are the last 2 weeks to get in your Association of Licensed Battlefield Guide tours. This Sunday from 2 to 5 is, quote, a Splendid Brigade. It's a covered Splendid Brigade. It's a coverage of Perrin, South Carolinians with Stu Dempsey. And then next week is the gunfight at the Peach Orchard with Ralph Siegel. Like always, if you want to go to those, go online to the Association of Licensed Battlefield Guides and sign up for those.
Well, oh wow, Veronica's finished with her news there. Cameron, look at Cameron over there. He's like asleep. What are you doing? Are you watching another show?
Yeah, he's been watching the high school football game.
You can't hear
How's Moorfield going?
Wait, I can hear something. So you're watching the high school football game. Get up to this microphone. Get up here.
Don't let us interrupt you.
Yeah,
it's all right. No,
come over here. What the hell are you doing?
My high school's playing. My old high school.
Have you heard this? Listen to this.
Oh boy.
Listen. Oh.
You're back with Cam's Idol.
That was years ago.
Okay. Have you heard that?
Oh, brother.
Oh, brother. Now, how dare you? How dare you? Your idol is sitting right here. Now, listen. People have missed you. We have missed you. And for you to be sitting over there, rudely ignoring the audience, watching a freaking football game in the middle of
trying to find his girlfriend in the
football
stands.
game. You don't even have money on that.
Hey, in fairness, he's hoping they'll pan to the stands and he'll find to know. I know what he's up to. Listen, I've been in Young Love before.
I see what you're doing.
Okay, I get it now.
Let the man go.
Got him, coach.
Okay, Cameron, I'm sorry. You're looking
We
for
take it
your
all
love.
back. We do want invitations to the wedding for the record. We do.
Now, how long have you known her?
I don't know.
Are we doing this again?
No. Come on, how long have you known her? Give us some answers, and we'll go.
I don't know. A couple years, maybe.
Couple years. Next year, you were friends. You were friends, and then you decided you
That's
saw
all
each
we
other.
are right now, still.
Mm-hmm. Does she call you Cammy? What does she call you? Does she have a nickname for you?
No, she don't.
Do you have a nickname for her?
We're gonna start calling you Cammy, though.
Yeah, Cammy boy.
Yeah, boo boo.
Cam.
Yeah.
All right, listen, Cam. It was great having you back on.
Yeah, it was.
We really
Nice
did miss
seeing
you.
you.
We really
Missed
missed
your
you.
face.
We did miss your face, and hopefully we'll see more of you through the winter. Not too much, but more of you. Mike Lentz, thanks for coming in.
Mike.
Eric, thanks for having a wedding last week. Veronica, great to have you back. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking with us all this time. I hope you have a great weekend, and we will see you next week. Take care.
Sing another song, singing with a spirit that will start the world along. Singing as we used to, singing 50,000 strong, while we were marching through Georgia. Hurrah, 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 the flag that makes us breathe. So we sang the chorus from Atlanta to the sea, while we were marching.
What the hell was that? What did you do?
Oh my God.
All of a sudden, like you just, I felt the ground shaking. What were you doing? What was that about? Did they score?
Yeah, they scored.
A high school football team scored, and you danced like that and broke my floor.
Oh, Tim Smith got a great show.
Thank you, Tim.
So we sang the chorus from Atlanta to the sea.
Cool.
While we were marching through Georgia.
It's getting to be goddamn ridiculous.
Listen to me, you whining little whelp.
So we sang the chorus from Atlanta to the sea while we were marching through Georgia.
It's such a well-produced show. Nobody likes to be riveted. And if we don't, we'll make it up. Don't worry, guys. I got the Band-Aids.
While we were marching through Georgia.
That was years ago.
This is all wrong. This is all wrong.